Hello? Is this thing on? All right. Hopefully we're okay. Hi, welcome to the Sensitive Savage neighborhood. Thanks for being here. Crazy, all the stuff that happens in a week. We're here discussing all your hip hop news, stuff that you don't have the time to go see everything and find out all here. We find out, we talk, we interact together. Nice to see y'all. Welcome, all the subscribers, members. Salute to the members. It's so many. Thank you so much for your support. Um, see how y'all doing tonight. Hopefully everybody's good. Um, let's go up. Salute. Shout out to all the members supporting. Appreciate y'all. Jonathan, thank you so much. Um, T Star Real, just all our Patreon members. I appreciate y'all. Member Miss BM, Buy Money, Miss Marianne, etc. Thank you so much. Yeah. So let's see what's been happening. Uh, Hi, Miss Texas. How you doing? Nice to see ya. Um, Remember Miss Texas. How you doing? Lizelle, DNG. Beautiful mess. Nice to see you. Yes, I've been here. It's in April was a year because I know like Edward, how you doing? Yeah, Edward, you going kind of brazy. Not gonna lie. I thank you for the support, but yeah, there was some misinformation. I've only been here a year and change in April. It was a year that I've been posting. I had the channel before. I know that some of you mentioned me, but yeah, Edward, like you're literally going crazy with the mentions. Like you're going a little brazy, but thank you for the support nonetheless. But you know what I'm talking about. um, Thanks for all your great your music diva. Remember your music diva, Miss Lachelle. How you doing? Nice to see you. Um, yeah, it's been a while. Uh, yeah. So, um, oh, we wait. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully everybody's doing good. I'm doing well. Life. Putting out fires and just working. Working through the turbulence. Working past the turbulence. Um, what was that? Thank you. I appreciate. I'm glad that many of you are enjoying the music. And the nice compliments that y'all give. Good evening. That's a nice emoji, Miss Texas. Um, Miss Buy Money, that's nice. Thank you for the compliments. I appreciate you. Um, yeah, your music diva. Yeah, that Desi on one. How you doing? Welcome. Um, all the wonderful people. Thank you again. I'm glad that y'all enjoying the music, enjoying the vibes. I don't know what kind of day y'all be having, and it's like, yo, let's regroup with some, I'm a vibe. I try to be a vibe connoisseur, you get me? So just timeline cleanses. Cause boy, we be look at our docket today. It's full with nonsense. So let's go over the topics. We get right into it. I don't do the 30 minutes. I know y'all don't like no 30-minute greetings, and let's greet our folks, get right into topics. Your presence is a presence. So sensitive that. Oh, hi, Mr. Shaw. So some of the topics, you're welcome. That's the on one. Some of the topics. So we have Drake, the 20v1 disaster fiasco. I really am convinced that all of these losers should be put in an island, like I said, and they're on a competition to see who can do the best humiliation ritual that they possibly can. I'm so serious. And we're gonna start the jokes real nice and early because I couldn't believe my eyes. I was like, "Is this for real?" That 20v1, and the fact that he named it 20v1, he's still on battle mode in his head, but he's in a lifelong battle with himself. He doesn't realize there's nobody battling him. He's not a worthy opponent. So, you know, The thing is it's so sad. It just turned into a comedy, and people are gonna start believing me when I say Drake should just do comedy, just being a goofball. So we have Drake the 20v1 fiasco and everything else. Um, you're welcome, Miss your music diva. Um, DJ Academics versus Glasses Malone. He shouldn't have done it. He shouldn't have done it. Glasses loves to debate. Glasses is a excellent speaker, articulate, and he will debate you till the sunrise, from the sunrise to sunset. And Academics should have never done it. So we're gonna talk about that and what the heck's going on with that. The game allegedly surrenders, but for me, I don't think he's really fully surrendering, but we'll talk about what happened just in case you missed some intricate details. And I give you my take. You get me? I give you my take. Um, I give you my take. So we'll see what happens with that and with Top Dog. Kendrick's silence, Kendrick's silence. The power, it is his most lethal weapon. So we'll talk about, and all this crash out is happening because people are trying to fill a void of his silence. So, it is what it is. Um, Yes, academics. It's like he's asking for it. He wants somebody to literally press him. He want to know what that tastes like, and it don't taste so good by what I hear. But he's playing with gang members. Okay. We're gonna touch a little bit on Ray Daniels and that whole situation. And again, I am gonna do the disclaimer for the people that are watching me for the first time: like, comment, subscribe, and join the Patreon. But I give an unpopular opinion. I am a brave heart. I go on savage mode when I do these lives. I still have the little dash of sensitive, but I go on savage mode because what these grown ass men with a podcast and a mic can't say, then I'm the one that's gonna say it. And people usually circle back around to me because one of my first videos on this channel, when I first opened the channel, and I was putting Kendrick stuff on. Kendrick was the first thing I posted. Shortly after, I posted about J. Cole. I predicted everything. I said J. Cole is a scary cat that can't, fess up to a fight. He can't see it through. He don't have no follow through. And people had to circle back. I had so many hates. I had to delete a bunch of comments, and people had to circle back around. I said the same thing about Game. I said Game is jealous. I have videos on that. People had to circle back around. Nobody wanted to believe that. So my nickname, I guess, is circle back around to me. Meet me, in 2 years or 3 months or whatever. So Ray Daniels and what they do, Ray Daniels under fire for trying to talk on the behalf of Jay Z, Rock Nation, whatever, and being besties with Dame Dash. And then we have Jay Z going to LA, and I hope to see y'all in the building. We definitely got to be in the building. People like, oh, which night are you going to? Both, my guy, both. You can't play around. Like, you know how Kendrick is so unpredictable. Look what happened at SoFi Stadium last time. Look what happened, at the different stadiums. Every time he has 2 nights, it'd be one night that it's like, oh, we didn't get such and such. Look what happened at MetLife in Jersey, New York. You know what I'm saying? The first night was Liddy, and then the second night was Liddy. It was crazy. That's when Baby King popped out. So, it is what it is. I'll be in the vicinity, I'll be in the neighborhood. I'll have access just in case. But I mostly want to be, I want to see, I feel like Kendrick has an opportunity on Drake's birthday. October, he's gonna be in LA. Jay-Z's gonna be in LA October 23rd and 24th, Friday and Saturday. Weekend of celebration, or Drake's 49th funeral, either way. So those are excuse me, those are the topics that we have, because that's enough. And just any other little thing that we may have, like stuff that's been happening. Kendrick keeps breaking records. Baby Kim is doing great. All of the things that are happening. Last week we talked about Imani and her doing a soft rollout now, because I said she has to, in my opinion, she has to do a little, some sort of a rollout. Because if they did a big rollout for Baby King, they should do something. Excuse me, because we don't really know. A lot of people don't know about her. So she's doing little interviews, just like I predicted. I said she doesn't really want to be in the limelight like that. She wants to be a little bit mysterious, the mystique that Kendrick has. I think she's trying to follow that, but at the same time, they're doing some sort of rollout. They're doing a little bit of a rollout their way, which is fine. Yeah, it gets spooky every day in October. It's gonna get the spookiest on Kendrick's birthday. I know for a fact, or I really do believe, I may be passionately wrong, but I do believe Jay-Z is gonna take that opportunity on his birthday. You think that was a coincidence that they booked on those dates? Go ahead if y'all think that it's a coincidence that he booked on those dates. It's a weekend too. It's a weekend of celebration, and I already know I'm gonna predict that Drake is gonna try to do something outrageous for his birthday. Fly in a helicopter across whatever, he is, rent an entire building in New York or LA. He's gonna try to do something like, look at me, I'm doing great, I'm unbothered, while court papers say different. So he's gonna try to, do that. Great minds. Let's see. Let's see. You don't trust any of them. I don't trust any of them. I don't. Yeah, yeah. I don't. Things get great minds think alike. At Edward. Yeah, it gets spooky. Yeah, it gets spooky. Exactly. It's gonna get real spooky in every day in October. And I don't even think those lyrics are accidental. When Kendrick said that, Kendrick didn't say that just for Halloween. Remember, this man is a double, triple, quadruple, quintuple entendre. He is an entendre. It's his picture in the dictionary next to entendres. So let's go with the Drake 20v1. So first of all, something that people are not talking about is that he's trying to, get back at Kendrick. Like, look at me, I'm the one that could wear a Canadian tuxedo. I've seen a couple videos and nobody's talking about that. So let me be the first to say he's trying to do the same, thing. First of all, he's naming it 20v1, which is what he mentioned in his diss tracks, from the battle. He's like, oh, it's a 20v1. You get me? And he's wearing a Canadian tuxedo trying to take his power back. He ain't taking nothing back. He looked a daggone hot diggity mess. He is so funny. The sound effects that he does, he's just so stupid. He's absolutely remedial. So the 20v1 was this speed dating fiasco that they put together and pretended to be like, oh no, we're just doing something fun. Because remember, Drake's new job is being a streamer now. He got to go get to work. Stakes is like, come on, chop chop, turn the camera on and get to stepping. You get me? So this boy done put on his his tuxedo and was like, he looked horrendous, and he looked like the July picture when Not Like Us came out, when the a video came out for Not Like Us, that he was at the all white party looking like he was drooping, like his face was melting. He looked back to that. So that wasn't like, oh, it was a bad picture. For all the OV hoes out there, it was not a bad picture. That was how he looked. Hi, who's that? QS Smooth. How you doing? Um, yeah, he's a whole cornball. So they had this speed dating for this idiot, right? And all the people that they got, to me, again, the disclaimer for the evening is, this is my opinion. So it looked like he just had a bunch of ladies of the night, evening workers. Okay, what do we have? You think I'm kidding? They had a corn star. They had an OnlyFans star. The rest of them were like OnlyFans or little, do something strange for a piece of change. Like in Friday After Next, they all do something strange for a piece of change. So that's who the date, that was the dating crew, the dating pool that they had him, go through. So the reason why he's viral, some of y'all seen the videos. I don't even know where to start. I can't even think about it. Like, I just start laughing. So some of the people he clearly wasn't into, and then other people he was. there was this gothic looking chick or whatever, Pikachu. He was over there, searching for, um, that Pokemons, I guess. So she looked a hot mess. She looked like a corn star. Sorry, they have a look. Okay. And she came in and he was just like, oh, my dreams are coming true. You get me? He was just like back to Degrassi, which I said in Degrassi he wasn't acting. That was the real Drake. So he went back to his desperate Degrassi days, his there's something about Mary days. If you know, you know about that movie. There's something about Mary days, right? And he was just like, the mean girl, popular mean girl is talking to me, and it's like no matter how much money you have, you're still a lame. So he came in and she came into the room, and he done lost his mind. He left his mind in San Francisco. He was trying to give this girl whatever she wanted. He was just like simping. He got baptized in simp. He was just a simp maniac, right? He just was like, oh yeah. And that's what I know. He's like hedonistic. He's like one of these hypersexual people that they think their whole life is just about sexual pleasures, and like he's like disconnected with connections, real connections. It's all about lust and etc, greed and lust and vices. So she was like, um, do you like to role play? Listen, I'm summarizing this so y'all don't have to go through all the torture. Y'all can just look at the funny memes. She was like, do you like to role play? How about I would do what you want me to do? How about would you do what I want you to do? And she was like, and he was like, sure, I'll do whatever. He was like mesmerized by plastic. Either way, she said, can you bark like a dog? And this is where he went viral again. This guy did the most pathetic. It was like a chihuahua in pain or in labor. You get me? Like this bark was so C plus, F minus, it was just so sad and embarrassing. And that's why I think they're on a humiliation ritual. J. Cole, Super Fiasco. How you doing, member Miss Marianne? How you doing? Welcome. I think they're like, Kendrick, you do not have to embarrass me. I got this. I got this. Don't you worry about it. I got this. Because for real, they are making Kendrick's life easy. That's why Kendrick don't even have to lift a finger. He don't even have to wake up, because he knows every time he checks on the internet, he's like, let me see what they're up to. It's crash outs upon crash outs upon crash outs. These people are eliminating themselves. So he barks like a freaking dog. Yeah, it makes him look bad. It makes him look terrible. Whatever shred of evidence that he ever was a man, he just left it. He was like on this like fairy tale, like role playing. He a dominatrix dreams, right? He just wanted to just do this dominatrix little thing, like, yeah. And you know what type of guy he is. He's like the one in the chair. I'm gonna say stuff without saying stuff. He's the one in the chair watching, like somebody taking your girl, and you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna just leave it there. He's that type of person. You know what it's called. Hi, member Cat Williams. How you doing? Um, so she does that. Then it doesn't end there. By the way, there was another girl that was very aggressive and was trying to get him to, and he wasn't really feeling her, I guess. But then Adam 22, that other fool, boy, that's like, it's like venereal disease. Like Adam 22, if you know about Adam 22, he is quite promiscuous, and his wife, he just be, it's like, have at it, with his wife, if you know what I'm talking about. Like she just be going wherever. He says stuff like, please don't cheat. Anyways, one of the girls was Adam 22's wife, and she pulls out a paper that says, like, you have a pass, like a temporary pass. You can do whatever the hell you want with me, a little hall pass. Because that's how Adam 22, what I'm saying. All I can think of is Coming to America. Yeah, Coming to America. And it was the voice of a girl. It wasn't like even a manly bark. It wasn't like, shout out to the Q dogs. If you know, you know. purple and gold. When they bark, okay, that's a manly bark. You get me? But this mofo's bark was so outrageously. I had first, second, third, fifth, 10th hand embarrassment for him. I literally had to shut it off. I was like, no, no, this didn't happen. Oh my gracious, glory be to God. Like, I just couldn't believe that it got worse since the last time he was streaming with Aiden Ross. Every time he embarrasses himself. Remember when he first came from the battle and he became a streamer and he had the patches missing of hair, it looked like a map, and they were like, "Dag, Drake is losing a ton of hair," Drake is losing a ton of hair. And then he was like, "Oh, y'all making fun of me about my hair? Let me throw back on. Let me glue back on these braids. Let me glue my braids back on since y'all mofos, want to clown me. I'm gonna grow my hair in 10 minutes. You get me?" And he put back the lace front, braids or whatever. So yeah, it's all scripted for likes. They'll do anything, but the thing is that they'll actually do it. Like Adam 22's wife, she is for the community. If you know, you know. It was all planned. Yeah, Adam 22 is just a bad content creator too. And he has no morals, he has no self-esteem. He don't care. Anything for likes. That's what they do. They'll do anything for likes. And they all do it. You understand? And that's why people that are real get pissed off because we're watching this stuff and we're like disturbed by this. Brandon Wave, how you doing? Um, so what is it? The braids? Exactly. What is it? Drake is a complete weirdo. Yes. Okay, smooth. Ken- Kendrick silence. So Shell said Kendrick silence is killing them because Kendrick's silence is a void, is an emptiness that they're trying to fill with narratives, with I think he's doing this, I think he's doing that or whatever. And we all know by the way Kendrick moves, we can assume that he's in the studio, he's working on something. He got so many things pending. He got a movie pending. He got potentially an album pending. He has artists under him. He has like things coming up, features. He has his family. He got a lot going on. So we can safely, people that are real fans can safely assume that he's doing the normal stuff. You understand? And resting and trying to rest. Even though we know, like I have hundreds of interviews, and Kendrick's like, I don't really like to sleep. I like to be in the studio. You get me? But we know that he's working. MacWap is hilarious, by Miss Buy Money, and we're gonna talk about MacWap too. And look up the video, look at the videos that I uploaded because MacWap is a ride or die. We all want a friend like him. He don't play no games about his crew, about Kendrick. He does not play. The people around Kendrick, Kendrick treats them. It's assumed that so well that they just are ride or dies, including two T's, including his bodyguard. He had to set Game straight and all of them. He don't say nothing, and he posted when Game was doing too much. He was like, "Yo, that ain't true. This and that. You never try to sign the homie. You never try to sign Kendrick. What the hell?" So they don't play no games. So we're gonna talk about Macwa when we talk about the game surrendering. But in the 20v1, so at the end of the stupid thing, um I guess she won, right? And he said, "What do you want? Whatever you want, right?" And she said, "Can you buy my mom a house?" She said, "Can you buy my mom a house?" So he was giving out money to, I heard, because I didn't see the whole thing because I just can't make my ears bleed like that. So he was giving money. Now the OV hoes are saying, "Look at Drake. He's such a great person. He gives out money. He's just so for the community." No, he is not for the community. He's for the hoes. You know what I'm saying? Look at who he's supporting. He doesn't support. And by the way, I put a video out. I reposted the video of Kendrick with the little boy that lost his arms. And that's my lowest viewing video. That should tell you something. That's my lowest viewing video because people don't care about that stuff. They want the messy stuff. They want the viral moments. That's what the population is cooked. You understand? Drake is over here supporting, it's like habitats for hoes. You understand? Instead of habitats for humanities. So look at who he supports. He gives money to corn workers or ladies of the night, women of the night, that already making money doing something strange for a piece of change. They're doing something strange for a piece of change. While Kendrick is eliminating lunch debt for over, thousands of kids, supporting Centennial High School so much that they put him in the front line as one of the heaviest supporters. He was one of the ribbon cutters, giving back to his community, giving back to fans, giving fans an opportunity to be on stage. Look at the videos I posted this week. He's been doing it for years. He bring a fan on stage like, "Yo, it's your time to shine, my guy, my girl. Is it? Here you go." Out and putting people on game. I have too many videos of Kendrick helping the youth, helping society. And by the way, I lost the bet because I think all those women on the 20v1 were over 18. I ain't minor, so I lost the bet because I was like, well, he's doing a 21 with women. Is it women? Like, that's my first question. So, I guess kudos, because I lost that bet. But I digress. But I digress. So he gives money to who? Who does he be giving money to these thoughts? You know what I'm saying? He don't be supporting people like that. You don't hear about his stance on Black Lives Matter or what's going on with the news and like this Wells case and all that stuff. He don't take a stand on none of that and the outrage. He doesn't get outraged. You don't see him. Let's see what y'all saying. Let's see what y'all saying. Yeah, he really is. Um, Mike needs to do comedy. He needs to do stand up. He has to. Yeah, he that show is a comedic show anyways. He's funny. I like when he has the guys, but I also like when it's just him. Because when it's just him, he interacts with the fans and with us and with the people and everything. Mr. Shaw said you mean to sometimes I don't think he even tries to be funny. And that's how you know he's naturally funny. Macwab and he is a writer that he has the passion of Kendrick, and that's why I can tell that him and Kendrick are very close, and that's one of Kendrick's people because he's extremely passionate. I don't get why people praise Drake for helping out, but not Kendrick. That's what I'm saying because most people, like I said, I put the video of the little boy. I reposted that video that is going viral and everything, something positive, and people, it was like 200 views only, 400 views. I mean, I'm thankful for the views, and thankful that some of y'all commented and saw it, and but that's what, like, people just want, like, nonsense. People like toxic people like Drake. They get fascinated by the BS. They get fascinated by the BS, and they don't even know their worth, so they relate to people that are mentally delayed like that, that don't stand for anything. What is Drake, what does Drake really stand for? And he has a son to raise, but he don't know nothing about that. You get me? Yeah, Miss Lashaw. I like Mac Wap. I was in the live the other day real quick. I was working, but I had to just pop in real quick. But I like when he's live because when he's with them other guys, like, it just be too crazy and they be getting off topic. They be talking about some nasty ass, like, it just gets like they lose the plot. I'm gonna say that they lose the plot. Yeah, your music diva said Kenny doesn't go out of his way to publicize what he does. Most of the stuff he does is just gets discovered. You're right, Miss Music Diva. Most of the stuff he does, it just gets discovered. People just be like, oh, he did this, or Kendrick helped me. You know who does that too? Cat Williams. Cat Williams is the same thing. There's so many rappers, actors, random people, and Denzel Washington does the same thing. Actor Denzel Washington. He done paid for Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace, to finish his, to go to school. So these people don't advertise, and if it wasn't for people saying it, we wouldn't even know half of the stuff that Kendrick does. So that 20v1 was an absolute disaster. And then come to find out, it was Steak's ninth year anniversary. So that whole thing was staged. And I don't even think, in my opinion, I don't think it was Drake's money that he was giving out. I think they gave him a budget and they were like, yeah, right. And then the craziest thing is he's transactional. If he let her win, I'm pretty sure he wants to smash. I'm sorry. Like I said, all this stuff is my opinion. Drake is just like, okay, next, okay, next, thank you, next, thank you, next. That's how he moves. We're only judging by how he moves. So it is weirdo behavior to they had a touching, I guess, moment where she was like, yeah, he's buying me a house or whatever, but then afterwards, what are the expectations of her? You get me? Because he's transactional. He doesn't know about real relationships. He doesn't know to be there for someone just to be there for someone without having to pay, without having to expect anything. He don't know what that's like. you know Drake will be broke. Yeah, and I agree. I agree, Edward. Like the way he's spending money like water, and not just that, he's still trying to settle his debt from like these lawsuits. You get me? Like he's still going back and forth with his company. He's in the process, or is trying to, or has to sell. He was selling like half of his company, the OVO. You know what I'm saying? And he owes the bank. He's in debate and going back in litigation with the bank, because and the OVOs are saying like, oh, he paid the loan. He paid like a principal balance. He didn't pay like all the outstanding balance. So that's what he deserves. Yeah, DNG. Um, Drake will be broke. Drake will be broke. And he's already showing that there's something funny about his money. Funny money, So that 20v1, what that 20v1 was so just ridiculous. It was so absolutely embarrassing. Um, and his son gets to watch all this. This is what my whole concern about this whole thing is, like, his son. I hope to God that his son reads when he's 18 or even younger what Kendrick said, and takes it into serious consideration, because if he's following that blueprint of his father, look at him at 40 years old, and doesn't look like he have an interest in settling down. And even his baby mama got married, for crying out loud. You get me? Even she trying to settle down, whether she's transactional or not, and she's settling down for money or whatever. But she even walked down the aisle, for pretend or for make believe or for real. So it's just, and Drake loves the attention. He doesn't care if it's embarrassing. He doesn't care how humiliated he is. You know, he they need to check him for rabies. That's what I think. When I heard him barking like that, I was like, he need to be barking at his lawsuits and at his taxes and money that he owes. He needs to bark for that. I'm like, they need to put him on a leash. Seriously, the people around him don't give a damn about him. They don't care how much he gets embarrassed, and that's why I know that he doesn't have real friends, because somebody, if you are next to a real one, somebody will be like, "What the hell are you doing with 20 women?" You know what I mean? Talk about a 20v1. Hey sis, I'm sorry I'm late. Oh no, you good. Down in Dixie. How you doing? Um yeah, like what is he doing with 20v1? That's so despicable. That's so despicable. So you pop out, right? And show Iggas how demented you are. How demented you are. You understand? Because he was just like drooling over this OnlyFans worker, the Pikachu chick. She's an OnlyFans chick. That's what she does. And if you see her content, it's some nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. It's just nonsense. That goes to show you he doesn't value relationships, doesn't even value women. And in my opinion, allegedly, in my opinion, I don't even think he likes women. Y'all can convince me. Y'all cannot convince me that he likes women. Yeah, Miss Marianne, it's true. When I heard him barking, I was like, oh God, check him for rabies. Check him for rabies. For rabies, and put him on a leash. And put him on a leash immediately. He sounded like a chihuahua in labor. Like, it was absolutely embarrassing. And Adonis is gonna laugh at all this. I hope Adonis is the opposite of this man. You know, I hope he's the opposite of this man. In case Smooth said right. He was doing the live stream at Steak's anniversary. So, like I said, everything was transactional. It was like, oh, what can we do? Let's see. Let's look at our toxicity list. Oh yeah, 20 women versus you. That sounds great, and we'll celebrate. The Steak's ninth year anniversary. So all that thing was disguised under Steak's ninth. It's like then that's the last thing they say. Oh, happy anniversary, Steak. Yeah, you get me. So it's like it's so calculated. It's not calculated, but it's so like fake and just put together. You could tell, master manipulators. You are too funny. Thank you, thank you. No, because I listen. We're gonna start. I'm gonna tell it like it is, and that's what I thought. I was like, this guy. His friends don't care about him. Yeah, he should be barking at his lawyer. He should be barking at all the people taking advantage of him. He should be barking at his finances. he should, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. I don't really think he likes women. I don't think so. I think he's just, how these people that are extra toxic and lustful, hedonistic, that they just think everything is about lust and getting to pleasures and that's it. Don't care about nothing, family, kids. When the hell have you seen? Remember the last awkward moment that he had with Adonis at his birthday or whatever? And even Adonis' mother had her hand in her pockets. I never seen a woman with her child, on his birthday, and her hands in her pocket, like unbothered, like let's get. It was the most awkward non-family moment I ever seen. Yeah, so and he's trying to get back at Kendrick. Like, look, I can wear a tuxedo better than you. I can wear a Canadian tuxedo because I'm actually from Canada. So he had a Canadian tuxedo, and like I said, nobody talked about that. Nobody talked about that. Drake and his cronies are so desperate for attention. They'll do anything. They will do anything for clicks and like. What the hell was he wearing? Like and looking like Inspector Gadget, and his face is drooping. He looks and by the way, speaking of Drake. His albums melted off the fucking charts. His albums melted right in time for summer. Yay! His albums melted off the goddamn chart. By it's like walk on Delilah, walk on by Delilah. You know what I'm saying? Because they melted off the chart. And Mister, it's grippy. We don't know what he's doing his little concerts or whatever. Thinking they got him a little gas in his little arena tour or whatever he's doing. But yeah, J Cole, um, the Cowardly Lion. I don't even know how people pay for that. I don't even know how people pay to go see J Cole after he said, y'all believe I'm the best, man? Y'all fell for that? Oh, how cute. Y'all fell for that? You get me? Like I said, they're in a stiff competition, pun intended, to see who can humiliate themselves the most. Lupe did I don't know, y'all vote. Y'all decide who's humiliating themselves the most. Game, we got contestant, loser number one. Lupe, stupid fiasco. Game over. That's what I call him. Game over. Freaking some academics, DoorDash Pro Max VIP member. Ray Daniels wanted to one in on this. You get me? And Drake and anybody else that can mention. But these people are in a stiff competition, and academics thought that because he got the chain and stuff, that he was gonna be invited or can call into the stream. Access denied. He couldn't have access to that stream no matter how much he tried. So I thought they were engaged and expecting, remember when Drake held his belly or whatever after they had the candlelight dinner? I thought they were expecting a Big Mac, like I said before. And now the relationship, it was just for the evening. It was just for the evening. Because Drake likes people, evenings, women of the night. And I don't think he likes women. So that's why he, to me, uses them. So let's see what y'all saying. The fact that Kendrick lyrics are so funny. Oh, it's funny. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know what he was wearing. Um Yeah, K Smooth said he should be barking at his lawyers for squeezing it. You know how many millions he spent 15 millions promoting an album that melted off the charts? That, and you tell me he could buy people houses like that Pikachu goth girl that he just promised to buy a house at that 20v1 nonsense. He promised to buy her mama a house rather, and he was like, sure. He said sure, but yeah, he's fighting lawyers. People make it make sense. Make it make sense. Yeah, he should be barking at his lawyers. Like if you listen to lyrics, they're pretty much demeaning towards women. Yeah, K Smooth. All of his lyrics are just nonsense. He doesn't value any of them. He don't even value his own mother. Oh, yeah, they're coming. They're coming. That's confirmation. He don't value his own mother. Why did he put her on the cover of, I don't know what that album is called. Hibbity Doo Dah. I don't know. Hippity something. That stupid album, right? Oh no. What was the other? I don't know what the album is. But the album that he put his parents on the cover is like I heard that's like the most trashiest album. Like he got Gorilla talking nonsense there. Like I think she remade a Michael Jackson song or something and talking absolute trash, but he put his parents on the cover. Like he makes no effing sense. No effing sense. Hibbity doo dah, hibbity doo day. He should bang, he should bark. He should be barking to his lawyers. He should bang his way out of here. I'm tired of seeing him, even though, yeah, he's cringy. He's cringy as F. He should bark his way. So he pops up to humiliate himself. Then he goes in hiding. So he's gonna be shebanging and shabarking his way, and his album shabark this way off the chart. So vaya con Dios, go with God. Drake would do anything to get Kendrick's attention, and it's not working. So he was like, see, I could wear the Canadian tuxedo better than you. And it looked like, a kid. It's like Kendrick said, a 40 something year old, a 30 something year old dressed, showing up as a 7-year old. It looked like he was so proud to dress himself. I was like waiting for the fit. He did a fit check at the 20v1 and he's like, yo, I got this on, I got that. I'm like, okay, so where's the fly? Where the hell is the fly? He was like, yeah, y'all don't want it. And then another thing, oh, they're active out there. And then another thing that he said, wait, I gotta say his quote. His quote that he went viral for. Um, he said, he said something like, I got tree upon your head top. My pen, my pen ain't dry or something. My pen ain't dry, right? And he went like this. Let me try to do it. What did he do? He said tree with 4 fingers upon your head top. He got gambling problem, popping pill problems, math problems, shaboinging problems, shabarking problems. You get me? So that was another issue. He said, I got tree albums. He's like, he ironically said the albums came and went. Everybody album came and went. I got tree upon the head top. And he, took his drawer out and put on a new accent. And he was like, I'm Jamaican for 5 seconds. I have tree upon the head top, but he did 4 fingers. So that's very concerning to me. Yeah, don't see it as such, but that was very concerning to me. So VT in Brooklyn. How you doing? How you doing? He said tree upon the head top. I believe I just can't with him. But Miss Buy Money said not gorilla. Glorilla. Yeah, no, no, no. Wait, who was it? No, sexy red. Unsexy red. Not Glorilla. My bad. Yeah. Unsexy. Unsexy. No, Glorilla would have had a little bit of a hit. You know what I'm saying? Her stuff is a little that no, he put unsexy. Unsexy red. That thing looked crazy. Yo, that girl looked crazy. That girl looks crazy. I'm gonna just put that in quotation. So yeah, his pen is not dry because it's full of tears. Remember when he said it was the worst July ever? We didn't forget. Remember he said that in one of his lyrics. He said it was the worst July ever. So his pen ain't, yeah, because he's writing in crayon. Your music diva, yeah, crayon was broken a long time. Yeah, it was like he's writing one of these broken crayons. Iceman, he was writing with ice chips. Iceman more like trash man. The Jamaican accent was so terrifying. Yeah, it was. He said, and then he switched accents throughout the 20v1. He did like four. I see. I counted four. I didn't watch that whole thing because I heard that thing was 3 hours and ain't no mother effing way. So I caught little short videos and because he went viral again. The last time he went viral was because his album sounded like warm trash. So when people, they were like, it sounds great on mute. So once that happened, you know, he went into hiding for a little bit to see, and he's just watching it fall off the charts. So they were like, massive manipulating, like, hey, we gotta wake up the people so they could, stream my albums. And he had um a terrible album, pure album sales. Hey, how you doing, Diego? Yeah, so he had terrible album sales. His pen, Miss Michelle said his pen is not dry because he keeps buying them to sign legal documents, right? You understand? And that's a fact. Oh, he cried himself a river. He cries at night. I think he cries in the fetal position because ain't no way. Kendrick lives completely rent free in his head, completely rent free in his head. So that's one of the other reasons he went viral, because he said my pen ain't dry, and I think that was supposed to be a threat. And the saddest part is nobody takes him serious. Nobody. And the OV hosts will try to change the narrative and be like, you know what they're saying online to defend how corny he was? They're saying we should all let loose like Drake. We should be, we take life too seriously. And you know what? It's semi smart take. So that's what they're saying to excuse how pathetic he was and how demented he looked. He looked special. I keep saying Drake on Degrassi was not acting. He was acting as a rapper, but think about it. You can't keep the acting up. Especially he ain't really getting awards right now. So his lawsuits just keep getting worse and worse. Even though one of them, I think, got settled or whatever, but it don't matter. He got a lot of problems. And remember, he has domestic, allegedly, other situations. You understand? So allegedly he got a whole bunch of situations. Cry me a river. Shabark your way out of here. You get me? So he could, that's the new one. It's not shebang anymore, it's Shabark. Shabark. Yeah. So yeah, and Adonis probably already hates him. So I don't even know. I don't know what to tell him. But anyway, so that was that 20v1 nonsense, believe it or not. That was all Drake. And it's never gonna be over. It's never gonna be over. Like Kendrick said, wanting to be liked so much is puzzling. It's like he buys, what he's buying is affection. What he's buying, he's purchasing love. That's what he's doing. He's purchasing love for the evening, love for the evening. No one wants to be a lame. He's a lame with money. That's all that happens. So it amplifies. Kendrick don't need money Kendrick got aura, Riz, everything. He's a real man. He don't need. Can you imagine Kendrick doing a 20v1 with women like that? None of us, not me. I wouldn't respect him. I would not respect him. You understand the stuff that Drake does? We can't even picture Kendrick doing. We can't even picture Kendrick in a room doing any of that stuff. Like it's not even. I want me a real man. You get me? I don't want no a barking little chihuahua. Sounded like somebody was sacrificing a small goat. That's what it sounded like. I was so perplexed. I was like, did that sound come out of him? I rewinded that little that short 1,000 times. I was like, was that Drake or was that like some audio thing? Man, I told you I was first, second, and third hand embarrassed. So, anyway, speaking of embarrassed, so now we have smackademics, now we have smackademics. Let's see what y'all saying. His Yeah, his diva. No one wants to be a lame. When he would be his your music diva. Yeah, somebody that cares will put him in timeout or be his ass. Like, yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Nobody cares. Like people around Drake, they don't care about him at all. Because somebody would already told him, yo, homie, you need to sit the hell down. You're doing too much. But he don't care. So um Mr. DoorDash Premium himself, Smackademics, decided it would be a great idea to go rant about Glasses Malone specifically, but saying, oh yeah, gang members, he literally mentioned him. That's the second topic. He mentioned him and said, oh yeah, gangsters, y'all don't even, what's your claim to fame? That you in a gang? Now you want to be smart, you want to be articulate, you want to whatever. And then said, I went to college. I'm doing journalism. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. First of all, the war in Iraq is not journalism. The way he treated that was despicable. Okay, so he doesn't have a clue about hip hop. He doesn't have a clue about the culture. He's not for the culture. So he made those comments. He was talking about Glasses. He went ranting about him, basically saying he doesn't. Now they don't know what they want to do. That they're trying out careers like Drake. Drake is trying out careers, and J. Cole tried out careers. He tried to be a basketball player in China or wherever, and that lasted one day. So after Academics said all that, he don't have no. Case Moon said he don't have nobody around him to tell him anything. Absolutely not. So after Academics said all that, then Glasses responded. Like Glasses went on to a podcast. I forgot the podcast, and he talked about it, and they told him about it. They were like, "Yo, have you heard what Academics said?" And so when he did his podcast, that they go live, the lunch hour, I think it's called. Um, he talked about it, and Glasses. A lot of people were not understanding his point, and I understand his point to a certain degree. Glasses basically said that Academics is good for the nonsense he does, meaning like what he does is just shock value, and he's good at that. He's good at shock value, but he's not for the culture. He's not of the culture. He doesn't understand hip hop. He doesn't even respect it. And that Glasses was saying he don't even like to do podcasts, but he's good at defending that he himself is here to block people like that to be for the culture and to save the culture, what's left of the integrity of the culture. So he crashed out. Glasses crashed out. When Glasses talks, I know somebody like him that they love to debate, and he's intelligent. And so he went off on him and off, and he was just like, I was like, please breathe, drink some water. Glasses. It got crazy in his life. It got crazy in his life. So you know, so that's going on. That's going on. So the last I heard was Glasses, talking about it, and a lot of people were coming down at Glasses in his live because they're not understanding what he was trying to say. And he Glasses says things that he's the unpopular opinion. I'm gonna say that, and I can relate to that. And I understand when sometimes I don't agree with Glasses, but what he was saying was he's good for what he does. Now this generation and people nowadays, they don't want a real journalism with hip hop and culture. They don't want that. They want viral moments. So he's good at just being a clown and being viral, and just he let him have it. Basically, he had his he aired him out. He aired him out. So it was a crash out. It was a crash out. Glasses was right. No lies told. Yeah, he said that he's good at what the nonsense that he does, but he said that what Academics does is not hip hop. It's not culture at all. It's not for hip hop culture. So people were going back and forth in the live or whatever. Yeah, don't tell no lie about me, and I won't tell no truth about you. That's right. So he let him have it. Now Glasses is very tapped in. So Academics is playing with fire because Glasses knows a lot of people. I'll just say that. Glasses knows a lot of people. Just like he said, that he knows that Drake, remember last week in the live that I had, and he said that Drake had uh that they were putting out money, that he put out money to do propaganda to try to get YG arrested. That was last week. We talked about that Drake that he has proof. Glasses said he has proof that he has money out there for that Drake had put a transaction out to get YG the hell out of here and in jail. So Glasses is very tapped in. So Academics is playing with fire with that, and he need to watch himself. Now let's talk about the game. Let's see what y'all saying. Drake's basketball moves are terrible. He don't have nobody around him. Yeah, Miss K Smooth. Chill out. Just a bunch of yes men. Yeah, Glasses was, to me, Glasses was right. But a lot of people would just they didn't understand what he was trying to say. And Glasses looked like he was having a heart attack, yo. I was like, yo, calm down. I felt so bad because he just gets so worked up. And they let him, his his other his people, they understand. But I like that some of his people be disagreeing with him, like they be checking each other, and that's a real friendship, you could tell, because sometimes they be going at it. So one of the guys, I forgot his name, was kind of disagreeing with Glasses, and that's the difference. That's a real friendship, when you could just check your mans, check your girl, and just be like, I don't think this and that, that the chair sticker. True that, beautiful mess. Yeah, the chair. That's all he does. So yeah, and with that said, Academics just was playing tough from his basement or whatever. You get me? Like he plays tough. He's keyboard gangstering. So he's a keyboard gangster. But and one of these days, they're gonna take him to the moon. He gonna get his wish come true. He looked like he thirsty to get pressed, and I would not play with gang members. Just saying. And I think one of these days something about to happen. Allegedly, it's stressful. It is stressful, right? Um, it is stressful to hear, because he has to calm down. Like I just be feeling bad for him, because I'm like, yo, he's really like about to like give himself high blood pressure, if not already. You get me? He gets so worked up. He got to say his point and just take it easy. You get me? Because it goes on too long. It does go on too long. Y'all agree, right? That's what you're saying, right? It's V. That's what you're saying. That it goes on too long. It's exhausting. Yeah, I said a beautiful mess. So that's what happened, with that, with Academics. Now, the game. Okay, the game. For those of y'all that don't know, this is your hip hop, synopsis of the week. And I've only been away a week and a day or so. The game allegedly surrendered and waved the white flag. For me, I don't think he's done. I think that they slowed him down. This is what happened. The game, did the verses, and you thought he'd be happy with the verses, and that he will sit the hell down because he got cameras in his face. He got all the attention that a narcissistic person craves, and all the glory, and he went viral for his stupid dance and drinking. And you thought that that would fulfill him for at least a few weeks, right? No, it didn't. He's still like crashing out or whatever over Kendrick. He's still like saying nonsense and just saying little whatever. So what happened was Mac Wop went ham. Mac Wop went crazy. Mac Wop turned into a whole stand-up comedian and was just letting him have it night after night after night after night. I put a video up. Enjoy the video. The last, just scroll through my latest videos. The last one about MacWap. MacWap was laughing at DJ Academics, and what DJ Academics puts his nose in everything. He's beefing with Glasses. He's beefing with everybody. And Academics was saying a little bit of truth, saying that these guys go so hard for Kendrick, pause, on their behalf, because of his side. The more Kendrick ignores these guys, the more that they just want to go crazy. So academics was actually making fun of the game, saying, "Why doesn't he talk to me? Why doesn't Kendrick talk to me?" He went just like that. Me and Mac Wap were laughing. I was cracking up at that. I was cracking up because he was like, "Why doesn't Kendrick want to talk to me?" Because he's so desperate for a phone call. He's still talking about why doesn't Kendrick call me, right? So Mac Wap was going ham. I can't tell you all the details, but he basically recounted the crowning of Kendrick. And this is a very important thing. I put a video up, like I said. And if you see that video, now we see it with different eyes. You see the game look jealous as hell. Yo, Macwap was not lying. He was jealous as hell. And Macwap was on stage, literally telling the DJ, like, yo, cut his mic off. And then he was like, nah, don't cut his mic off. Yo, he was not lying. So he was saying that you could see Macwap on stage. Like, we looked at the video over, and it's so telling. It shows that Game wanted that moment. Why was Game with the microphone talking nonsense? And the Game took the microphone from Kendrick. Then Kendrick snatched it back, like, give me my goddamn mic. Even though Kendrick was crying, he took the mic back. The Game, if you notice what he said, he was like, yeah, they passed the torch to Snoop, then Snoop passed it to me. He want to put himself in everything, like white rice. You get me? He want to be in everything. Like, everybody cooks rice. I want to be, like sliced bread. I just want to be in everybody's household. I want to give myself credit for everything. He was having a narcissistic rant when Kendrick was I'm looking at it with different eyes now. And he was going off, and Macwap was telling the DJ, you could see Macwap because he slowed it down. And I put it on my page when he was telling the DJ, like, cut his mic off. And then he was like, nah, I guess he's okay or whatever. So, so then Kendrick takes the mic. Kendrick takes the mic, okay? And when Kendrick took the mic, he wiped his tears and was like, all right. And he composed himself. And I was so happy when Kendrick took that goddamn mic. Give me that god. This is my moment. The hell you doing? Let's see what y'all saying. Game needs anger management yesterday. That dude is he's a blithering, flaming anger issues. Flaming. Game is on mental delay for real. Facts. Laughing my ass off. VVT said. Case Smooth. Of course, the Game is not gonna listen. Apparently, he has his album. He was trying to promote his album, right? Completed and was dissing Kendrick on the album. Asked for clout. He completed an album. He's gonna be dissing Kendrick on the album, per usual. Nobody cares. Here's the problem. No matter what they do, nobody cares. And even if people care, they want the attention from Kendrick. Their life is not fulfilled until they get Kendrick to get worked up. And Kendrick has mastered the art and the weapon of silence. He has mastered the weapon of silence. And no matter what they do, they can't get a rise out of him. And then when he does pop out, it's just to end their career with a line or feature or something, or an album or new album or new tour. They want to get dragged. They don't realize that not all money is good money, that not all viral is good viral. Some of these dudes are ending and shredding their career, and we're watching it. We're watching them ending their career, and they don't even realize it because they're so desperate for clicks and likes, right? They're lost in the algorithm. So they're so desperate that they want a viral moment no matter what, and they want Kendrick's attention, and they can't get. They're not satisfied. They're not satisfied. So let's see what y'all saying. Your music diva said Macwap said Game wasn't even supposed to be there. That's another important fact. And Miss Lachelle said, I believe Game heard Kendrick's mixtape and knew Kendrick was a problem. He never responded. That's right. Remember when Kendrick said in Realest Igga Alive, right? that, that song that he put out, he said it. He said exactly what happened. I posted, just look for that title on my page, and if you want to hear that song, it's already posted, I think last year or whenever. And he said, he told the whole story. He said he knew a guy that knew game. He gave his mixtape to him. And then when he finally caught up to the guy, he said, "Yo, did you give him my mixtape?" And he said, "Yeah, I gave it to him, but he said he didn't like it." Cap. Thank you, Miss Lachelle. I call cap on that. First of all, when Game did bring him on tour, whatever, he already heard how nasty Kendrick's skills were. Kendrick is cold as ice, twice as nice. And he was like, "Oh, hell to the nah. This little dude's gonna take my shine." They knew that. They knew that. DJ Quick, all these great legendary people from LA, the second they heard Kendrick, they were telling Top Dog, "You need to promote him." And that's another thing. They were promoting J Rock. If I would have heard Kendrick in 2005, when he was still a teenager in high school rapping or whatever, I would have did whatever I could if I was his friend to make sure he was heard. I would have been a Davina free. I would have been like they free and be like, "No, you're the one. You're the one." But people had to keep telling Top Dog he's the one. They were trying to promote J Rock because J Rock, looked a little older, I guess. And J Rock, they're all lookers. They're all nice looking. But they were promoting him. But why do people gotta tell you, Top Dog? Why do people gotta tell you respectfully, like, "Yo, everybody that heard it?" And so that's the same thing. Game heard Kendrick and was like, "Nah, I'm out of here. This dude ain't taking my shine." So that's what happened. It wasn't that he didn't like it. And I said that. I think I even said that then in my video. I said it wasn't that he didn't like it. It's that he recognized real. He could recognize real. He knew that Kendrick was a problem. By then, Kendrick was working on the Kendrick Lamar EP. Let me tell you something. Head Igga in charge, right? Young Igga in charge. Mixtape. All his mixtapes, you could see the potential, guys. If you listen to Kendrick's mixtape when he was an absolute amateur, you could see that this kid was not normal. You could tell he was nice. He has so much potential. He has so much skill. Then he worked on the Kendrick Lamar EP. Are you crazy? That thing got bangers on it. Then he was doing Section 80. Man, Section 80, he was all the way in another in another dimension with Section 80, and that wasn't even his official studio album. And everybody that heard Section 80 was like, by then they were pushing Kendrick. They finally were pushing Kendrick by then. Because Kendrick, what happened was J Rock kept having him as a hype man, but when they let him freestyle on these stages, and I got a bunch of videos showing that, I got the first video of Kendrick freestyling, and the audience was unbelievably shaken. They were like, "Nah, he nice." They kept asking for him night after night. Every time they saw Kendrick, they wanted him to freestyle. Then he started performing his songs, and then that was it. He surpassed everybody. Respectfully, he surpassed everybody. And people, I don't know how anybody could listen to Kendrick and not know he is the one. Let's see what y'all saying. Yeah, Game wasn't supposed to be there at that crowning. Yeah, he's the Game and Drake are both, they're all the same. All of these guys move the same way. They don't have passion for what they do. Lupe, Game, Drake, J. Cole, they don't have passion. It's just transactional. They're just trying to go viral, get money. It's like a lick. You understand? So Kendrick puts triple the amount of work. Kendrick has a passion and a better intention. He has real intentions with what he's doing. Your music diva said, "You just think if Game had signed Kendrick, he would have put him on a shelf. He would have shelved. Yeah, absolutely would have shelved him. Absolutely would have shelved him." Kendrick, let me tell you something. There is no universe. There's no parallel universe where Kendrick would have went with him. I don't think Kendrick would have went with him even when he was desperate, because when he gave him that mixtape, and that was God's divine protection, because Kendrick was young back then and he was really like anxious to get put on. So that was divine intervention, don't y'all think? The fact that was divinely orchestrated. He was not supposed to be with Game. So Game's rejection was God's protection of that man. I'm going to say it again. Game's rejection was God's protection. God made sure, the universe made sure he kept them the hell away from Game. And all these stupid idiots that would have damaged, he would have had a different life path. He would have still made it though, but it would have been a struggle and it would have been like a journey to get the hell out of there. Because I know Game would have given him a shiesty deal. Game would have given him a horrifying deal. He would have just run in the lick and stole from him. He would have had the worst deal ever. Terrence Martin even said that they knew he was special and poured into Kendrick. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why some people had to be convinced. You understand? Can you? Yeah, and like VV was is saying, can you imagine? But that's what I'm saying. There is such a thing as that's why I talk spiritual. That's why I talk spiritual, because some of these events you can't explain. Why did this happen? Why did it have to go that way? Because it had to go that way. He had to hate on him because God was trying to keep him the hell away from Game. Game would have caused harm. Remember, jealous people are dangerous. To me, Game is an entity. Not to get too deep, but to get too deep. Game looks like a demon to me. He looks like an entity. He looks crazy. You understand? He looks insane, demented, deranged. Okay. So Kendrick is, I'm so proud of Kendrick that he's staying miles away from these idiots. And not just that, the way he moves and protects himself, he has bodyguards, he moves accordingly. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle, who we just celebrated his birthday and his album. But you gotta move correct. You can't trust these people in your hood. Remember, your bracelet will get them out of poverty. Respectfully, like your bracelet costs more, it will take care of everything. People are jealous. And Kendrick gives back to his community monetarily, but he does it the right way. He can't be just out and about. Are you crazy out your mind? You gotta be crazy out your rabbit ass mind. So that's why it turned great that he hated on that mixtape. Yeah, I love Terrence Martin music. Is amazing. Yeah, his music is amazing. Love that LP. My cousin went back in the day, got me. Mr. Shell said, wait, hold on. Got me in that they got me that CD. Yeah, head. Yeah, I have that. Like, yeah, head young. Yeah, you could tell, and you could tell like he was new and young. It's so cute to me, but at the same time, like for me, when I heard that, I was, still I was a young whippersnapper. So it's like we growing up together, and I'm like looking at this guy's journey, like dag, he's new, but I already knew the second I heard him, I said, something's in the air. This guy's not normal. Section 80 was an absolute smash classic. Show that Kendrick was gonna be a problem. Yeah, they Section 80, every at Section 80, people were getting real serious about Kendrick. By Section 80, that's when honestly I feel like a lot of the hate started and the jealousy started with J. Cole too. It was all around the same time. Because J. Cole was not really trying to put like he brought out Kendrick a couple of times, but to me, like I said, I got a bunch of videos and show his jealousy. I even have a video that when he did bring him on stage in his concert, he was like feeling some type of way because people were clapping way more for Kendrick in his own concert. He was on tour. And then he stopped bringing Kendrick on tour. Everything happened for a reason. And then y'all don't think it's weird? They're so jealous. Like, Drake was hating Kendrick on that song, The Language, right? When he said, I don't know why they be lying. Your ish is not that inspiring, right? And then Kendrick has a company, PG Lang. But we will leave that right there because there's a lot of little coincidences Yeah, that is why Punch said no. And I understand TDE trying to protect Kendrick. Yes, Miss Buy Money said I agree. Angels were surrounding and are surrounding Kendrick. It is scary. Music. He looks crazy. Yeah, he looks crazy. Um, don't trust Cole either. No, I don't trust Cole. Divine intervention, indeed. Kendrick has been saved from a lot. And one of the examples was when his friends got shot. Rest in peace, Chad. When his friends got shot, if Kendrick talks about it, he has PTSD over it, and he's talked about his PTSD. He had. I remember in one of the things I saw Kendrick, one of the interviews, Kendrick was saying that he invited one of his boys to come to the studio, and the guy wouldn't come to the studio. He was like, "Yo, let's go to the street. Let's make this money. Help me get this money." And Kendrick was like, "Nah, I'm gonna be in the studio." The guy got killed later on, respectfully. Like the guy got shot or whatever, unalive. His friend, because the friend didn't make the decision to go to the studio and just do some music and stuff. Kendrick has helped a lot of his friends. He put that uh Lil through school so that he can work for PG Lang, which he currently is one of his boys after coming out of jail. You understand? So he's been trying. So he got to protect himself from all these idiots, the game, all of these things. So what happened with the game was that Top Dog got on the phone with Stack Quo. I talked about that last week. Stack Quo was with Justin in a live and talking about why Kendrick and doesn't get along with, like, speaking on Kendrick's behalf. And Top Dog got on the phone in the live. And that goes to show you they stay on point with what's going on. And so does Kendrick, because Glasses has said it. And he stopped them and basically told him, tell the whole goddamn story. Yo, all these chatty patties. Why do I not like Stack Quote? Y'all can love Stack Quote all y'all want, but remember, he's friends with the game. He said he's Game's mentor. So you're doing an a shitty job at mentoring that dude. That dude is unmentorable. He can't listen to anybody. I don't even know why he's friends with Game. He's trying to act like he's trying to do peace. You think Kendrick trusts that quote? You got another thing coming. Let's see how that plays out. You think Kendrick, and why would, if he's such a great friend to TDE, why in the heck did they have to call him and regulate his conversation and say, hey, and then he tried to clean it up. Stack Quote was like, well, they're telling me that I'm telling the whole story, but I gotta show the whole story. No, they called you to regulate your speech because you're chatty patty talking out your ass and talking on behalf of Kendrick. It's outrageous. All these men just be on Kendrick's. It's disturbing. You think we be sweating Kendrick? Like, women, nah, they be on it. Let's see what y'all saying. Yeah, it's crazy. J. Cole produced. Yeah, no, no, not yeah. So we don't, like I said, we don't trust you, and I don't even trust. I don't even, like I said, I don't even trust Future with that song either. Like, speaking of, we don't trust you. Like, Future put Kendrick on like that, and then release a song for Drake to use like on his album. He gave Drake permission. All these people are transactional, and besides, allegedly Future be drinking too much or taking stuff. Miss Lachelle said Chad's death is when you started seeing the change in Kendrick. Absolutely change in Kendrick. Because he was supposed to be protecting him. Chad's older brother was in jail. And Chad's older brother had told Kendrick, yo, look out for my younger brother. You know what I'm saying? Because they had lost, I think they had lost their parents too. It's a lot of violence and stuff going on. Kendrick grew up in absolute disturbing violence. I'm so glad that man is at peace and has more peace and protects his peace. Like, I put that song running, yeah, I like that song. Because he runs away from all these people running their damn mouth. And when Chad died and Kendrick was on tour, he felt like it was his, like he couldn't control it, like he could have done more. He wished he would have taken him on tour. And Chad was just coming out of a family function. He was just walking home at 9 p.m. or so. And when that And then it was so sick because Chad didn't die right away. He died like a month later in the hospital. And Kendrick got a chance to FaceTime with him. He was in, where was he? He was in Europe or something. He was on tour. Kendrick was on tour. He just had put out his first studio album. It was crazy. It was crazy times. And he FaceTimed him. And that's why Chad said, yo, if I don't make it, man, can you sing about me? And that's where Sing About Me, promise that you will sing about me. I mean, Kendrick's story is so unbelievably touching that you can understand how he moves a certain way. You get me? Michael has been too chatty patty. Like I said, I never liked them. I don't trust them. And I'm the unpopular opinion because a lot of people, there's a lot of content creators that y'all like, and I would love to show respect to, but no, they be iffy Annie. They're very duplicitous. I do not like people that are on both sides. Pick a side and stay there. Like Cat Williams said, you know what I'm saying? There's the God's side and the other side. There's really no in between. And that's what J. Cole want to be, the happy medium, the middle child. It's that quote gets on my nerves. Justin not pushing back has me looking at him different. I don't, like I said, I don't, and that's one of the content creators that I'm talking about, Miss Lachelle. I cannot stand. To me, he looks very two-faced. I can't even say respectfully. I can't mess with people like that. I'm sorry. Because look what happened with the Lupe fiasco. That told you everything you need to know. He was just sitting there smiling while Lupe was discrediting Kendrick, doing whatever. And Lupe said it best. He's like, we're best friends behind the scenes. That Justice, my boy, and stuff like that. That's not a journalist to me. Like, you just let stuff happen. A journalist gives you the hard hitting questions. I'm not a journalist, but a journalist will give you hard hitting questions and play a little devil's advocate and give you the questions that the people want to know, that we want to know, that we're curious about. Not just have a comfort spot for a narcissist to create a narcissistic playground and just let them say whatever and then be like, oh, great chat, like and subscribe. You get me? So it's like wherever this leads me, I'm gonna just keep it real. Thank you, Miss. Your music diva said it, but people say, because ignorance is absolute bliss for people. Ignorance is like they love being comfortable, swimming in toxicity. Everything is great for people. Everything. Nobody is actively analyzing. Yo, is this person fake? Is this person? What is? Look at the way people move. But then that's why I call myself circle back around because I'm gonna say this now, and then when they do something worse and worse and worse, then we're gonna come back and be like, oh, this person, Justin, I can't believe he allowed. No, I could believe. We talked about it. This happened a lot in my lives. This happens a lot when I'm saying an unpopular opinion, and people you gotta go the long way. I don't go the long way because I can read people. Maybe I'm too intuitive, you know. So I understand, like, he's connected. He brings all these people that he knows and everything. But when he doesn't do questions that are innovative, that are important. They just run amok to me. Your music video said, "Sing About Me" always brings a tear, and that story is crazy. Not the only one. Yeah. Future was confused by Kendrick's like that verse, right? right, right, Edward. He was just like, but he let it pop because he knew that again, they like clicks and likes, and they know you put Kendrick on anything, it's going to go viral. So he didn't care. He's transactional. He wants the money. Miss Marianne said Kendrick's talent has been obvious since his mixtapes. I love Overly Dedicated because it shows his range. Oh yeah, Overly Dedicated. OD was crazy. OD was not normal to me. I was like, ain't no way this guy has not been doing this for 10 years. The hate intensified after his SNL and Grammy performances with Imagine Dragon. Oh, yeah. Every performance that he did, you're absolutely right. And those performances were out of this world. Look at what he did on every performance. Or when in the Kung Fu Kenny era, when he was in Red, you know what I'm saying? And he had the firewall. You know how jealous people were? And the people that love Kendrick were so proud of him. They're like, "Yo, you ate that, boy. You you did your big one." You get me? If I would have been, right next to Kendrick, I would have been like, "Nah, you ate that. No crumbs left behind. You are hard to top. Ain't nobody gonna reach that. I don't think they're gonna reach those levels." And true to the statement, they didn't. Nobody has done things like that. Nobody. They don't move me like so much. Not that many people move me. Love the content that is. It don't trust him either. Yeah. Miss By Money said, I understand what he's trying to do. It's like, okay, you got that cool. Okay, cool. Let's listen. You know what I'm saying? I've given him many chances. I'm like, okay, you got such and such. Because he did have Terrence Martin. But like I said, if you really study him and you see what he does, look at the people he's always putting on that culture divided, as I call it. Okay, because when he put that thing have gone viral many times because of the takes that these people say. These people are saying some wild stuff. You get me? And they're like dipping and dabbling, acting like they're not for the culture. If you know, you know. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. Like the people that he has on the panel don't sound like they care about the culture many times. But then other times they're like, oh no, we're gonna say something that the people will like. So duplicitous, you know, they're two in two places at one time. Yeah. Plus a lot of respect for Justin after the Lupe interview. But see, I had been talking about Justin for since last year. And people like golf. People tell me stuff. They like I put a video called Culture Divided. I made a video, and I showcase like how he is going back and forth and what he does and the facial expressions. He thought it was so funny when Lupe was going ham on Kendrick. They were just smiling like idiots. You get me? And I was talking about it. People weren't trying to hear it. So then that Lupe fiasco happened. We circled back around and then we talked about it in the live, and I said, I've been saying that. I've been saying that, but people don't see it. It got to get worse and worse for people to see it. For me, I don't. Nah, that's not worthy of a like. That's not worthy of a subscription. Now you speak facts and stand on it. You got to stand on it. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to stand on my ground. I could be wrong. I'm passionately wrong often. You know what I'm saying? And I admit when I'm wrong, and I will say, hey, man, my bad. I was wrong with that. You get me? But they don't do that. They just go on with how they are. They're perfectly comfortable, being here, being there. I notice that you protect your integrity concerning collabs with content creators. I'm glad that I do. I noticed that yes, I protect my integrity concerning collabs. Yes, I've been reached out. I've been reached about collabing with people. And the reason why I don't is because I don't really mess with a lot of people because I really study people. You get me? I study people, and I'm not waiting for somebody that's perfect. I just want somebody that's real and has integrity. I don't care if I'm viewed by only 10 people. You get me? I care about integrity. It's about integrity. When I could sleep at night knowing that I gave you my real self, that's what I'm all about. So yes, I've been approached by a couple of people, and a lot of people. I don't like the way they treat their subscribers. There's some people curse their subscribers out for likes, and I'm not. I wasn't working with homie. You get me? I wasn't working with homie because I don't like the way he be. You know what I'm saying? There's some people that do that. There's some people that they're back and forther. There's some people that be taking people's take. They don't have a backbone. They don't stand on anything. So yes, you're right. Thank you for noticing that. Salute to you for noticing that. No, I'm very selective. I'm like, that's why I resonate with Kendrick. I don't care about likes and clicks like that. I care about real people that we share same values, same ideals, and that we can resonate with each other. Because then we got something to talk about. And that's okay if I don't agree with everybody. Maybe I could change my mind. You could change my mind, or maybe I could change yours. But I'm disappointed that Punch is even going out that show. I won't be watching. Listen, I said it, and that's a Miss Michelle. I don't know if you remember because you've been with me for a minute. I don't know if you remember in some of my lives that I said, and I'm gonna say it again. And if Texas, I don't know if she's here, but if when she's here, she'll tell you because I've said it to her. There's a difference. I'm gonna say it again between TDE and PG Lang. And I say this in every live. I swear, I say this in every live. Kendrick don't have meetings with J. Cole like TDE does. Kendrick doesn't give Lupe Fiasco conversations like TDE did because they gave a conversation to Lupe, and I know they're trying to mean well and like tame down the beast, but it was to no avail. After they talked with Lupe, he still went live and he still went, and was spamming chats. He was still acting up. So that's what I'm saying. They spoke to the game. Top Dog got on the phone and they had a conversation with the game and told MacWap to stand down because they were about to get active. Take that how it resonates. The boys in MacWap and his friends, seemingly allegedly, were about to get active. And there's a major difference. Thank you, Miss Vivi, from PG Lang, from TDE and PG Lang. What world do you see PG Lang having the time to be on the phone with no goddamn Lupe Fiasco? What world does PG Lang have time to be sitting down taking a photo op with J. Cole in their studio? Go ahead, I'll wait. When in the hell, what lifetime do you think Kendrick is going to sit down and talk to the game and have a conversation? Zipit.com. There's no more conversation. Game's been over since before the Super Bowl. And that Super Bowl was also to the game. That Super Bowl was also shots to everybody. It was more than just Drake. And I said this before. It was more than to just Drake. It was to Game. It was to a bunch of other people. And that's a major difference between like the way PG Lang moves. Now, they're saying all this shit about Kendrick. Do you see Kendrick going in a live to clear things up? There's no clearing things up because you gotta stoop low, get low. You gotta get low to be at their level. Kendrick's a king. Why should a king talk to a goddamn peasant? To a court gesture, to a clown. Bring in the clown. I need a laugh, right? No. That's why Kendrick's on the phone laughing when he watches stuff. So, like I said, I've said a lot of unpopular things, and it's okay. People come back around. Now, Punch likes to say words. Remember, I still remember when SZA was beefing with Punch, that looked very bad for the company. She was like, please release my project. What are y'all doing? My stuff has been done for 2 years. How do you have an album completed for 2 years and then in comes Kendrick and rescues her and has a meeting with TDE, and all of a sudden they put her album out, they let her go on tour, they do everything. But she was, and I'm not saying that I'm taking SZA's side, but y'all was straight up beefing publicly, and Punch was just laughing it off. He was laughing it off. He was like, I'm still your manager. That's what he was posting. Yo, the text, the poster online. You could see it for yourself. I ain't capping. That's very unprofessional for a company to be beefing with each other publicly. Look, the whole Tana Leon stuff didn't work out. The whole Tana Leon with PG Lang didn't work out. You don't see them talking about it. Now, if Tana Leon want to run his mouth, he can run his mouth all he wants. You don't see PG Lang talking about it. Let's see what y'all say. Oh, Texas is here. She's like, I'm here. Salute, Miss Texas. Y'all got my back. Oh, Shirley, how you doing? Yeah, I was going off, man. I was going. Maybe this is therapy for us. We got a little place for people that have common sense. To me, I think y'all have common sense. Salute to the chat. Salute to the chat, because it may be, you listen, I may be with only 3 people, and that's okay by me. You know what I'm saying? I may only get 10,000 subscribers or 15 or 13 or whatever, and I may stay there. But guess what? Those are some loyal you get me? So I'm in Texas, right on time. Thank you. Multitasking and still, popping back in. How you doing, Miss Shirley? That's all good. How are you? Everybody doing all right. Hopefully y'all all right too. Integrity goes a long way, and integrity is lost when the metaphors don't reach you, said Kendrick. Integrity is lost when the metaphors don't reach you. So that's what happened with the game. And allegedly, twin, right? Y'all are my twins too. Allegedly, the game surrendered. when TDE talked to the game. You think the game just got baptized and found Jesus last night? You understand? You think the game, he found down Julio. He found him another. The game cannot be controlled. When will they ever learn? Y'all heard it here first. The game cannot be controlled. I don't care how many conversations Top Dog, unless they threaten his life, allegedly, respectfully, he can't be controlled. You think you can control Drake? You think Drake is gonna stop being a lame and doing lame ass shit? But they thought he surrendered. That's what the internet is saying. The internet is saying he surrendered. That Top Dog had a conversation, and he's a born again Christian, and he ate, the body of Christ, and had him a little grape juice and call it wine, and he parted the seas, and now Moses and the people are free. Can I get a name, man? I can't. Y'all saying your music diva. Thank you. A few people, like I said, I'm happy having a drizzle, a handful of people that share values. It's a major difference. Y'all gonna keep seeing it too. Miss y'all gonna keep seeing it. Y'all laughing. Yes, they were, and Game could have taken it. Crybaby he is. They probably said something spicy and was like, listen, we know where you live or something. You get me? Or somebody gave me an amen. Yo, y'all the best. TD tries to make peace. PG Lang don't care about your goddamn peace and open, because it's like making deals with the devil. How far are you gonna go if you try to negotiate with a demon? PG Lang knows this, or at least Kendrick does. What conversation? Listen, if Kendrick did call Game and in another planet, in another world, and they had a conversation, Game is just going to be rambling on like a narcissist and saying that it is their fault that he tried to help. That's what he's going to do. It's going to loop de loop. He's going to be a hamster on a wheel with a caffeine problem. You get me? He's going to be a hamster with a caffeine problem. That's all that's gonna happen. You ever come on, we all dated crazy people. You ever dated somebody that it's like they keep gaslighting you, making you think you crazy? You know that damn well they're freaking toxic, they're freaking betrayed you, they did everything, and they make it look like somehow it was your fault. You didn't put the right cologne perfume on, the meal wasn't hot enough. Man, I'll shove this. Man, let me not start. So what the hell you having a conversation? Like I've said a million times, stop having dinner with schmucks. Watch the movie and have a laugh. Dinner with schmucks. It's like a table full of idiots. Send them all to an island. I begged you. Y'all didn't listen to me. I said put them all on an island. Smackademics, Lupe, put Jit up in there. Put the Game. Who else? Put you know what I'm saying? Put Jay Slow. Put Drake. Put all them loser island. Put them on a reality show. I'll pay for it. I'll pay to watch. Cause they're gonna destroy each other. Imagine a narcissistic, rant. A narcissistic, you get me? So now the Game allegedly is born again, baptizing Don Julio. If they were in Game, hey, sure, missed you. Oh, that's nice. By my yes, they were. Game couldn't take it. Yeah, he's a crybaby, cry ass baby. Miss Michelle was, I said, my fault. That's funny. That's funny. Let's see. Um, Texas, y'all are funny. I had my ass off. My what was heated. Yeah, I would be too. I would be crashing out. Yo, I will have. It will be a smooth ride to the ambulance. If they, yo, I'm telling you, if I was there with MacWap or whatever, and I'm renting now. Like I said, I gotta calm down. You know what I'm saying? Because they get on my last nerve. I had one nerve and they got on it. One last nerve, and I can't give. The Game is a devil. He's a devil. Why you having dinner with schmucks? This is with the game is part of a large plot that includes OVO. Yeah, they're all gonna team up. I said this too. They're all gonna team up. They're all gonna be on the same side. If you can't beat them, join them. Kanye West too. You get me? Put him in there because if you can't beat them, join them. It's that same mentality. And they see that they're jealous of Kendrick because no matter how many stadiums Kanye does, they're never gonna put him on a Super Bowl stage by himself. You crazy? That's like playing with a bomb. You know what I'm saying? That's like, let me see if I could detonate this bomb. That's playing, with gasoline and matches. Kendrick's taking names. Oh, Kendrick's keeping score of everything. He is a brilliant mind. He analyzes and remembers everything. And trust me, I would love to see his books because I know he writes things down. He writes everything. He keeps track of everything. Yeah, he's taking dinner with schmucks is good. It's true. That's what it is. It's like you think you're going to a dinner, right? You think you're going to a dinner and everything looks okay so far, right? Okay, you got food and people, food, folks, and fun. And then it turns into, the shit hits the fan. And as soon as somebody opens their mouth, you're like, where the hell am I? You get me? And that's what it would be like if I met with these idiots or if Kendrick met with these idiots. And his time is literally money. He doesn't have time to waste with these people. Edward said, oh, yeah, oh, um, yeah, that's right. When did religion conversion occur? Well, no, I'm just saying that because they spoke to Top Dog. They said Top Dog spoke to Game, and all of a sudden he waved the white flag. It's all over the internet. Everybody's like, "Oh, the Game surrendered," right? To me, I don't think he changed. I don't think he changed. I think they kind of slowed him down with some conversations, some strong conversations, i.e., threats or allegedly. You get me? I don't think he's gonna change like that. He hasn't changed. He hasn't stopped. You don't just change overnight. Remember, this is the same guy that was hanging out with Puff Daddy for 2.5 years and didn't create any music. What did they create together? Don't answer that. Right, right. Again, you hung out with Puff Daddy for 2 years. That should tell you everything you need to know about the game. And then he went on a date with, he's doing some transactions allegedly with Drake. Because what the hell is Drake flying you out to have candlelight dinners? You didn't get the OVO chain though. But I digress. Mac Wap and Kendrick are childhood friends. Mac is a ride or die. We should all have a friend like that. The discernment of Kendrick and PG Land TDE is top notch. Right. But the thing is, TDE moves a little different. They entertain these people. They try to talk to these people, and there's no reasoning with a lot of these idiots. I'm like Kendrick. I keep tabs on who the hell I'm cutting out permanently. I done cut out so many people. I am an island. You know what I'm saying? Like I done cut out people from my life. I'm like, yo, God, who am I gonna have left? Well, that's okay, because with dead weight, you can't travel light. And all the people that you lose, you gain. Even in this community, you have some people that are like-minded. You gain. And it's not about if I lost 15 friends, I want to gain 15 friends. How about you gain one good friend or one good person that is your ride or die, somebody that respects you, sees you for you. You understand? So it's not about quantity, it's about quality. All these people we didn't have use our discernment with. And a lot of people are spiritually awakening because of age, experience, and you done seen enough, you done been hurt enough. And after a while, we add these lessons to cart. After a while, we learn from all these things. And Kendrick has absolutely learned from all these betrayals. How you doing? And Kendrick, has learned from a lot of these betrayals. So yeah, Miss. Meanwhile, when is Drake going on tour? Oh my God, your music diva. He has too much time on his hand. Let's recap. What happened in his last tour? The prices went down to the price of a McDonald's meal. It was like I saw tickets for $32 for like dinner at McDonald's. Okay, that's what happened. He didn't finish. He didn't push a T. Remember, he didn't finish. He didn't push a tour. Let me see you push a T. He didn't finish his tour. You didn't finish your meal, Drake. Go back and sit down, or you gonna have that same dinner for breakfast. He didn't finish his tour. He done left out of there like a bat out of hell, out of Australia. Remember? he was like, peace out, because he had little court dates or whatever. So he didn't finish his tour. He bailed on his tour. So I would love to see him try to go on another tour. Remember, he was giving out so much money, he had to cut his tour short because he was like, "Yo, the way my bank account is set up, I can't keep giving money." Because he don't start. People his fans are just as transactional as he is. They want to go and use him. They had signs in his tour that say, I want to propose to my fiance. I want my mortgage paid. I want this and that." And he was throwing money at the people, and then was like, "Yeah, but the way my bank account is set up," and realized that that was not the that was not the the deal. Hi, Leslie Mitchell, how you doing? So as Shirley said, I don't understand why these snakes think Kendrick has to talk to them. Stack Quote did the same thing to Dave Free. Yes, Stack Quote ain't talking to, Stack Quote can't be trusted. Like, he's just talking. That's what I'm saying. None of these people, who died and made these people Kendrick's spokesperson. Kendrick's list of the people that he wants to smack is probably up to 100,000 people. I'm sure it's that cool story about Dave Free made me mad. That's what I'm saying. This guy is a chatty mother effing patty. But people be praising him because he has history. Yo, just because you know me, it's like you weren't with me shooting in the gym. Just because you knew me, like Kendrick said, I cut my granny off if she don't see it how I see it. What makes you think that just because you knew me back then, you know, they can speak for him? And they're getting in heaps of trouble. And Kendrick, oh my God, when Kendrick comes out and his next lyrics, you know how many people? Oh my God, he done gained 1,000 million more enemies. Like, and this more and more jealous people. Push a tour. It's crazy. Yeah, well, see, you came here for crazy. See, I say the stuff that people don't dare. Why you got so scared to say? Let me see you push a tour, Drake. You didn't even push a T. You didn't push a P. You didn't push anything. You didn't push Kendrick at all. You push a lawsuit. So you didn't finish your dinner. That same dinner is gonna be your breakfast. Go back to goddamn Australia with the kangaroos and dodge, the alligators, and do whatever you got to do and finish that tour. You left them people high and dry. So Drake's gonna be working until he's pushing a walker. Yeah, Drake is like that. Yo, Steak is like chop chop. Go stream and go embarrass yourself some more. And that's what happened. It was the 9th anniversary. They were like, "Ain't no way. You're our biggest person that would pay." He made a deal with the devil. You understand? So he got to be content creating and doing. And Drake is remedial comedy gold because he embarrasses the hell out of himself. The stuff he does, it should make people want to hide under a rock. Like I said, we talked about Drake the 20v1. That was in the beginning of the live about how he was barking like a chihuahua or like in labor or something like that. It just sounded hideous. And he promised to buy this girl, the winner of that 20v1 mom, a house. So anyways, now Kendrick's, let's see what y'all saying. Yeah, so the game allegedly waved the white flag and Mac Wop said, "I can't say too much." And I love when he said that. He was like, "I can't say too much. They told me to be bull." Cool. He's hysterical. He was saying, "I can't say too much," and I feel him because he's still TDE, so they don't stop him. They say, "Yo, easing up." And that's another thing. Why easing up on the game? Go full throttle, my guy. I know Kendrick don't want to ease up on nothing. He gave Drake 47 funerals and maybe another funeral when Jay-Z comes to LA. When Jay-Z comes to LA on Drake's birthday, if that dude Kendrick don't pop out, boy, I'm gonna drag him out of bed respectfully. I'll be like, "Boy, we celebrating funeral number 48. Get your clothes up and get out of here. We going on that stage." You get me? So yeah, they told Mac Wop to stand down. They told Mac Wop to stand down. Unfortunately, and I was like having so much fun when Mac Wop was cutting the game into 1 million pieces every night. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I don't trust these Kendrick haters. No, they cannot. Why the third podcast talking about inner circle conversation transactions seems out of pocket. They're out of control, Leslie. They're out of control. Yo, you know the amount of people that cannot be trusted? Every time somebody comes and wants to talk on behalf of Kendrick or any of these guys, yo, run, run. They cannot be run. And anybody hosting them, let me tell you something. What do y'all think the conversation would have been like if that quote was on my live? The very first thing I would have said when he was talking about Kendrick, I said, "Is that what he told you? Did you have a conversation with Kendrick?" That's why people, these men, they don't have any balls. They couldn't be here with me for 2 minutes because I'm impressed. And somebody was saying something about one of the, one of the, I don't know who was it. Shout out to whoever left that comment that was like, "Yo, the sensitive left the building. You were straight savage." I think I was. It was in the academics video or something. I think it might have been the MacWap video because I was like, finish it, finish him, like the video game. I was finishing them, and they were like, yo, it was just straight savage in this video. The sensitive done left the building because he would have been 1 minute with me because I would have been like, who told you that? So is this your assumption? This is a journalist. I'm not even a journalist, but I play one on TV, I suppose. I would have been like, is that his direct quote? Are you quoting it right now? And what the hell would you have said? See, they know the vibes. There's some big content creators, trust me, that are watching me. And I know because a lot of them have approached me, some of them have used my material. But I digress, right? That will not even sit with me because it's going to get too real. Because I'm the only one common sensing around here. It's like, yo, who are you? What's your relationship? Do you work for TDE? See, those are the type of questions that people can. You go on you let somebody go on your live like that, and you just sitting there smiling with an empty smile, like got, your mind is off duty. What in the hell's going on with these people? Let's see what y'all saying. Yeah, Jay Z. Yeah, he's hilarious. The other side is spiraling in advance of JC's concert. They are scared to their life. And you know what? It will be just as funny if Kendrick does not pop out. If Kendrick does not pop out, I know that would be funny too. Shirley said you can tell Stats a liar because who talks about somebody 2 years and don't realize who you're talking to and in their business. And he don't know what Kendrick's up to. He don't know what. And that's another thing. Let me tell. Okay, that was a video that somebody was like, "Oh, the sensitive done left the building, girl. You were just being savage." Because respectfully, I'm wondering, did Kendrick instruct TDE to speak on his behalf? To me, it doesn't sound like Kendrick giving an explanation. Hey, game, I'm not talking to you because you brought Drake to LA. Kendrick don't gotta explain, and Kendrick never explains. He lets them figure it out. Why you not talking to me? There's no answer to that. There's silence. You understand? He don't explain himself. What universe do you see Kendrick explaining to a hater why he not talking to them? So my question is, was TDE speaking on Kendrick's behalf? I think to me, to give them a fair assessment, I think they were trying to put out a fire. You get me? I think they were trying to put out a fire, but I don't think Kendrick is the type of person that likes to explain to a hater, listen, I'm not talking to you because that thing you did to me for 10 years ago. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? Like, what's y'all opinion, chat? Like, I'm wondering, do y'all think that Kendrick told TDE to speak on his behalf? I don't know. That rubs me a weird way. I don't see that happening. I could see him talking to Mac. I could see him talking to certain people, and Glasses, I could see him talking to Glasses and saying, yo, this and this and that. But both MacWap and Keem were on games. Yeah, they were on it. I loved it. And yo, and Keem, yeah, he stepped up, and I love the way he spoke. He said some TDE Keem, by the way, not Baby Keem, because yeah, a lot of people was like, wait, which Keem are you talking about before? But yeah, TDE Keem, that that he had a live and he explained, like, listen, he said some truth. He done dropped some bombs about Game and said that Game was out there trying to promote something when he went to the crowning of Kendrick, when they passed down and said, you're the king of the West, right? And they were crowning him. The game, again, being transactional, he was there to promote something, or he wanted some studio time. They said, he even said they didn't let him in the studio days before. But I digress. They said he couldn't, he wasn't even let in the studio. They already had beef with him. I'm surprised that all those men didn't stop him from going on stage. Come on now. Like, I guess they gave him a chance, but what we really doing? Maybe my family's crazy. My family would put some body work on there. You ain't going nowhere. Get your ass out of off that stage, man. You weren't taking one step, your foot would have been broken. Maybe we're too savage, because I don't understand. Let's see what y'all saying. Um, I loved it. Yeah, yeah, I loved it. And then they told Mac Wap to stop. I'm so sad. Um, yeah, I'm so sad they told him. Yeah, no, we gotta be in the vicinity, Miss Rochelle. And is anybody going to the LA show for Jay-Z? I hope Punch cancels going on third verse. Yeah, I'm telling you, I told you they move funny to me. They move funny to me. They make moves that I don't. They move funny to me, respectfully. And I have respect for TDE. They were the foundation of where Kendrick, developed his skills and everything. But remember, Kendrick was his own person. But why in the heck? And that's what I'm saying. They all gonna go in there. Let me predict it early. Laugh, laugh together, kumbaya, ain't no, it is hilarious. Like Kendrick said, they're gonna be kumbayaing. Yeah, let's see. If Jay Z brings out Kendrick on Drake's birthday, it's going to be Drake's nightmare. You're gonna hear about it in Drake's next song. You know how much those tickets for Jay Z? Yeah, I know how much they are. Where you trying to sit? Where you trying to sit? The front row is 4,000 right now. 4,400. There's some resale tickets on the front row. There's only on the second night there's some resale and some, where it's brew where you could buy it directly, but the resale is going crazy right now. Now the back, there's some tickets that are like 200, about $200 in the nosebleed. And even the obstructed area, it's like the obstructed view is going right now for about 600. It's crazy. Game does know why. Miss Buy Money said, "Down in Dixie, I'm giving Punch the side eye. I told you they move funny, but nobody want to believe me. They move funny." And he went on that Joe Button podcast too. What they did to after what they did to Dolce. And this is what I'm saying. Now let's circle back around. Remember what I just said. SZA was straight up fighting with Punch. That is something that nobody talks about. You come here, you hear it here first. SZA was fighting with Punch for a good long months. She was begging them to release her from her contract. And I know SZA is a crazy mofo herself. You know what I'm saying? I have a love hate, not hate, but she be doing crazy things and she be hanging out with some crazy people herself. But there is some truth to it. That was an artist in distress. And all of a sudden, Kendrick comes along, her album gets released, and she's happy again. And she's selling her makeup line, and he's giving her artistic freedom. I don't even know why SZA's not on PG Lang, to be honest with you. Because SZA can blow, she can sing. There's a difference between, somebody can sing and somebody can sing. And not just that, SZA has proven to be a hard worker. I gotta salute SZA. She did all her days, and some of the days for the GNX tour, she was straight up sick. She canceled her pop-up beauty show, like the pop-up. She canceled a few of those things because, and she done put on her timeline in her Instagram post, she said, "I am sick, y'all, but I'm gonna work through it." She was sick in the freaking what was it? Which I forgot which city. One of the cities that rained. I don't know if it was in Charlotte or something. She was under the weather. and she saw all her days through. She was there for that man and made sure that that tour went off without a hitch. And just medicine up, her throat was hurting, everything. She was sick a couple of times. So, like I said, we circle back around. Why is this artist? Why was she in distress with Punch specifically? So now Punch is y'all telling me Punch is going to Joe Button? Wow. Wow, I didn't know about that, but I think I heard rumblings of that. I didn't even want to believe that. Kendrick don't have so yeah. This is crazy. I don't know if I'm going there. Yeah, the tickets are nuts. Yeah, the tickets are nuts. Let's see what y'all saying. They have already nah, the way they did Dochi and like I said, they think it's a joke. They think it's a joke. They once already knew it was years. Game is a whole bum. Yeah, he's a bum, Leslie. Yeah, you're right. He's a piece of crap. Don't have both nights. Okay, Miss Michelle. Yeah, yeah, no. Cause I'm like, you can't guess. People don't get pissed off buying one night. You can't buy one night. If it's in LA, unfortunately, you gotta save money or we gotta do a GoFundMe for us, yo, for these concerts. We gotta do a GoFundMe. Like, yo, support the subscribers, support the chat, support the channel. Notice we how all this crap with Game popped up after Glasses said about Drake involvement with YG. Right. And that's another thing. You don't think YG is looking at Game different? Remember, YG was trying to be neutral and try to shake hands with he was trying to be decent, like neutral at the verses. How does YG feel about freaking the Game now? Exactly. Your music diva. No, yeah, that's a good point. Shirley, $4,000 is the front is the second row. The second row has some resale tickets. There's none in the first row that last time I checked. On night two. There's more tickets left on night two. Because I think people feel like the opening night is gonna be bonkers. Um, I'm not feeling Jay Z either. He shady about Kendrick. I'm not feeling Jay Z at all. I'm not feeling like I understand he's a great rapper and everything, but there's a lot of discrepancies with Jay Z, and I'm keeping it honest. You know, with the whole Target thing and everything, and then he didn't even sell that much. Like he had an exclusive thing with Target, but people weren't buying it so much because people are still boycotting. So he had a deal to release after the boycott happened, like just a few weeks ago or month last month. um, Funny thing is, they are all scared about Jay Z concert. They don't know what Kenny is up to. Right? They don't know if Kendrick just it might show up. Do y'all think Kendrick's gonna show up? And even if he doesn't, it's like they are gonna go through a heart attack in vain. So if he doesn't pop out, it's a heart attack. And that's the thing. Kendrick has such mystique and so much like influence on people and everything. Game is going to backhanded crap. Yeah, and the Game is pretending like, nah, we all LA, we homies. I'm just friends with Drake. That's what his plight was. Jay-Z is cool with Kendrick. Yeah, but Jay-Z, like I said, I think Jay-Z was used by God to give him the opportunity to give Kendrick the opportunity to be on the Super Bowl. That was a job. That was a job that was supposed to be in Kendrick's destiny. So I'm grateful that he did that job. That Jay Z put him, allowed, was instrumental in him having the Super Bowl stage for himself. Miss Shirley, yes, the that's the resale price. The original price was 1,300, right? So what happens is there's some people that buy some of these tickets and they gotta cancel, or there's people that buy just to resell. You get me? It's like a business also. So if you buy tickets and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna resell, then you could resell to outrageous prices. But even the obstructive view right now is about $700, 600. And correct me if I'm wrong. I just checked, today, for other tickets. Like some people were asking me, and I was like, wait, huh? You know, That's a lot of money, man. Yeah, if you're buying them now, but when they first came on sale, it was a little bit more reasonable. This is on the spectrum. She has mental. Oh dear Lord. I, oh my God. Who said that? Look for J at all, right? Kenny better show up. Oh God, yo, y'all cracking me the hell up. Wait, what do you have? The fact that TDE hasn't officially certified some of Dot's album is concerning. Listen, Kendrick is being politically correct. He did not have any, like, a lot of freedom. And I'm about to say an unpopular opinion that I mentioned, I think, once in or twice only in all the lives that I've done. But let me bring it back. One unpopular opinion that I have is that Kendrick would have been done this rap battle a long time ago. But he was, in my opinion, it's my opinion, please don't shoot. He was controlled by TDE. He was controlled when he could say what he could say, and because he's been itching, and it's not in Kendrick's persona, and it's not in Kendrick's, mo, just method of operation, right? And him just subliminally, each other, subbing each other for a decade. That's not like Kendrick. Kendrick is ready for war. He was ready to squabble up a long time ago. This is the same guy that got jumped people, hit, was in fights, was running from for his life. Like, he's been in these streets. He's not afraid of a fight. So, they haven't certified some of his music. Yeah, that's right. But meanwhile, he brought money to TDE with this GNX album. He brought money. How did he bring money? He done had Schoolboy Q on that stage. Make sure he ate. He was. I know he was trying to have all the black hippie stuff guys. Okay, J Rock was going through some things. You know what I'm saying? But he was trying to get. He got Dolce on the thing. You know what I'm saying? He got her on the lineup. He got all these people. He got SZA on the whole freaking half a tour. Make sure she ate good with her her makeup line, her pop-up show. That brings money to TDE. So he's still collaborating. Like I said in today's video that I just uploaded. There's so much going on, guys. Jesus Christ. I don't even know. Like, that's why I'm like, yo, help me out. Miss Buy Money, you are funny as Helen. You are funny as hell for that comment. Oh my God. Like, I'm trying to be polite and I'm gonna holler after the live. I'm going to holler after the live. Oh my gentle grace of God. Lord have mercy. I'm trying not to laugh. It's bitch don't kill my vibe. Thank you, Edward, for the fun facts. We all have mental issues. Yeah, I'm a little deranged myself. Mr. Shell says Sister will go to PG Land quickly if she could. That's what I'm saying. I agree. And I agree with y'all, and that's what I'm saying. You think she wants to be there? No. After what they showed her, imagine if I had to beg for my album to be put out. That would leave a terrible taste in my mouth. Like, I wouldn't want to deal with these people again, honestly, respectfully. And she was so happy. This is probably why Kendrick and her was so happy on this tour. SZA was so freaking happy on this tour, but Miss Buy Money, yo, that you wild for that. That is one funny comment. Oh my God, I can't. That said Punch is to be on his podcast. Yo, Punch needs to sit somewhere. Why is he yo, they need to work on their artists. Like, forget these podcasts. Like, what the hell? Like, I respected him when he went on Curtis King. Cool. All right. You were on Curtis King. You answered some question. Create some mystique. I want to be intrigued. Don't just give me, don't just give me all of you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's too much. They're omnipresent. So now they all this is what they have in common, right? Punch is just like Lupe. That's why they had. Remember when Punch said they had the best conversation of their life with Lupe, right? That's weird to me. After Lupe disrespected Kendrick over and over, what the hell's going on? This would go to PG Lang in a heartbeat. She will run, get all her bags, will be like, just take all my money. Bye. I don't trust Jay Z. No, I feel you, Miss Marion. The fact that TD has, yeah, no, she been diagnosed. It makes her be doing different things. Can't get it together. No, I know she spoke a little bit about that, and yeah, she struggles. She struggles, you know, with this. Listen, mental health is real, and there's a lot of pressures, especially like even Kendrick dealt with, a lot of pressures and post-traumatically stress, and it's a lot going on. It's a lot. We got to make sure we center ourselves, we pour into ourselves, and that's why you got to block all this negativity, because if we're dealing with our own issues and our own things, and then you got all these haters and all these jealous people adding to the mix, like, yo, it's too much. Like Wale's album, everything is too much. That was what he titled it. When you said B Team Tap In, I knew it could go left real quick. It was gonna go left. It was gonna go left, and let me tell you, Miss Lachelle, it could have gone left. Remember, if you know, you know. Rest in peace, Biggie. Rest in peace, Tupac. But and we don't want that. You understand? I don't want violence and stuff like that. But at the same time, the disrespect with the West Side and the way, like, yo, the game has just been trying to shred. Kendrick put, Lupe, all these people just talking and being out of pocket. Um, cannot be tolerated. They need to cut their mic off. I don't understand why all these people entertaining these people and giving them microphones. Leslie said Kendrick is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. This man has said not one word, has been trending every day has been trending. Miss Shirley said they're gonna pay all that money thinking Kendrick is coming and he might not even show. And I think, me respectfully, I think that's funny. I think that's hilarious. I would be laughing so hard. I would get hiccups. I would have to drink water. I would just be spilling my drink if he didn't show up at all, because then the hate is gonna be. And to be honest, like I like to move like that. Like I don't listen. I'm the weirdest person to be a content creator because I like to hide. That's why people be like, "Yo, who are you? What do you do? Do you work for PG?" And I don't even like answering too much. Like you know how I am. I'm like a mystery. I'm like a boogie woman. Like if I could, I would just be in the shadows. You get me? But at the same time, I like talking and I hate what I be looking at. Like all these stupid podcasters. It's like, yo, you're supposed to be tapped in with celebrities and you don't even know what the hell you talking about. You don't even care about the culture. You're over there sitting, smiling like you got maggots for brains. What the hell is wrong with you? So it's like, damn, I gotta say my piece because there are others like me that maybe we all crazy together, but we have a different opinion. Miss Shirley, y'all funny as hell, yo. If he don't show up, that might also make my day. Look for Jay Z. Yeah, I'm never listen. Y'all don't see my content full of Jay Z stuff. I put Jay Z like, okay, he did a major concert. Okay, here you go. Just to give like hip hop news. But I do respect his discography. He got bangers. Yes, he does. But he be moving funny, and Beyonce too. I'm not a beehive. I know she could perform, she could sing. You know what I mean? She's an excellent, has stage presence and all that. But we don't want to let no one disrespect the West. You're right. He might not show up at all, and I love that I love that. I love that. I'm sorry. I find it funny whether I'm gonna be in the vicinity, but I don't care because I have an arrangement where I can go or not. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny. But either way, I find it hilarious. I find it funny. I find weird stuff funny. Game think you need tweezers to get him off. Yeah, game is a pest. It's a pesky, thing. Now here are some quotes, and like you said, wait, who just said that Kendrick hasn't said a word? Kendrick has not said a word. These are the things that, because he already gave us his lyrics. He said, I did what COVID did. They'll never get over it. Remember that? They're not getting over it. When he came out and with that GNX and just that tour, he saw how he manhandled freaking Drake. It's like, yeah, any of y'all idiots want to try me? You see what I did with him? It could get worse. And he had way more like diss tracks. He said, y'all think my life is rap? These are Kendrick quotes. I have a son to raise, but you don't know nothing about that, right? I think my whole life is rap. He's an antisocial extrovert. Only you like being famous. Nobody can give you swag. Not even he. He is not your savior. You understand? These people are just filling a void. It's like a need, a desperate need. We, the fans, want to see Kendrick because we love his music. We love his performance, his stage presence. He's easy on the eyes, respectfully. You get me? But he is, just a phenomenal, brilliant being. But these people want him to come out for different reasons. So we all waiting for Kendrick, but for different reasons. These people that are jealous are trying to, trigger him into a battle. It's like poking the bear. And we want to receive him for other reasons. We're like, I remember what you smell like. I'm in the first row again. Damn it. Yes, it's them ooze. Imported, right, Kendrick? I said that to him in when was it? One of the concerts. I was like, imported. Ooh, then he was just like, he just waved. So we're waiting for him for different reasons. He probably won't be. Let's see. Mr. Shaw said he probably won't. But the anticipation of him will be the fun of it. I know Jay Z is very talented. Beyonce too. I'm not looking for either one. And that's why y'all my twins. That's why y'all my twins. Your music, listen, if your music isn't speaking and influencing people, then the people will talk, right? Then these chatty patties are talking because their music doesn't speak for itself. Let me say that again. Their music is not that influential. Who the hell in their right mind is checking for J. Coleslaw's music, right? Like the fall off. Who cares? Who on God's green earth that has discernment is buying vinyls of of Iceman? I'm almost crying laughing at the thought. You get me? So their music doesn't speak volume, so they have to chatty patty. They gotta chatty patty it up. They gotta talk. Keep your head down and work like I did. Kendrick is telling you how he does, right? Keep your head down and work like I do. I know this type of power is going to cost you. He knew the type of power is going to cost it. I live in circadian rhythms of a shooting star. When he said that, when he said, I live in circadian rhythms predicts, just like what happens, the rotation of the sun and all that stuff. That means he knows he's ahead of the game. Whatever they're planning, he's ahead of them. He's making deals and business ventures that they haven't even thought of. They haven't even thought of. The mannerisms of Raphael, I can heal you and give you art if you accept it. I can heal you. Why don't y'all all haters of Kendrick just try to read the book How to Be More Like Kendrick for Dummies, and just you're so in love with him, just follow what he's telling you. He's giving you all the how to and all the tools in his lyrics. Dissect lyrics like we do, okay? And just move on with your day. And he said, I choose me, I'm sorry, right? These are Kendrick quotes. He runs away from all you mofos running your mouth. So Jay-Z is gonna be, the next topic. We're almost winding down here. Is Jay-Z's gonna be game is a tick. Yeah, completely. I might Edward, right? I don't have 5 years. You're not I don't think you're listening to me respectfully. I haven't been posting for 5 years. Wait, I might celebrate the fact. I don't have 5 years of my channel. My channel has been open, but I don't have 5 years. Don't get ahead of yourself. Thank you. I mean, love always, but no, I don't have 5 years. I haven't been posting. I started last year. This boy, I swear to God. I swear to God. Okay, there's so much going on. Y'all are crazy tonight. Yo, I need a drink. I'm drinking water, YouTube. Okay, it's just agua. Come on. Yeah, game is a complete tick. It's like one of these pesky things that you can't get rid of. A thorn. You don't even have to type in Kendrick's whole name. Just type in bring some. Okay. Yeah. Yo, he's so influential. He's so influential. There's so many jokes going on at the same time. But he hugs his team full body contact. Oh God. And take he's just a cutie. Respectfully. Y'all are hysterically hilarious, yo. Y'all are hysterically hilarious. Yeah, it's like you ever try to kill a mosquito and it's like but you've been fighting for your life, trying to get rid of a fly or something, and you like, damn, I'm about to have guests over. I'm catering, we having a party or cook at the house or something. It's these freaking pesky flies. That's what it is. He won't go the hell away. So this whole thing, y'all can believe that Punch and Top Dog, unless Top Dog threatened his existence, if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, we're gonna play with something other than words. That's the only way he'll slow down. But me, this one right here, I doubt that game is gonna change. I think he's gonna tone it down a little bit, but I don't think he's gonna change. Because if I come back on one of these lives and he has new music and he's dissing Kendrick, so what the hell was that talk for? He's just gonna do it in a different way. Yeah, Edward, and you be going crazy with these mentions. I don't even know, like you, respectfully, you know, I mention, yo, I got what, like 1,000 mentions, Edward, like you, Lord Jesus, thank you, I appreciate the love, but golly, I'm trying to make that happen. There's so many things going on, Miss Michelle, because I'm trying to catch other concerts too. There's other people like I'm trying to go to Masego. I'm trying to catch. I don't know if Wale's still going. I'm trying to catch a Wale. I'm trying to catch. There's other artists that I like Yame, and some of the artists that y'all may not know about. So you know me, I like music. I like, and then I go to like just like local stuff of unsigned hype, people that could really sing, really rap, as y'all hear from my shorts. So I be going to a lot of little local music and people that I know and little studio sessions and stuff. Schoolboy Q is going on a small tour. Yes, it's 10 cities. I posted. So I'm definitely trying to catch. I'm trying to figure out if I want to go to one or two because I know he's going to be in LA, and I also want to go to another one. Yeah, he's gonna be, that's gonna be popular too. It's a nice small tour, and I like that because as opposed to him doing like no tour, he's like, okay, I could do a 10 city, and that's wonderful. It's like do what you can. He has a few shows in different cities. Yeah, look at my post. Just look in the post tab, and my second to last post or my last post might have been about Schoolboy Q. He has a new album coming out. Thank you. It's called Thank You. So I gave all the information about that. Yeah, I think the last post was about Baby Keem being live. And then the one previous to that, Boss don't buy tickets to tours. Yeah, I'm going to Q show and Isaiah Rashad. Isaiah Rashad is dope. I went to Clips. I went to a lot of concerts, Edward. I didn't just go to the Clips. Yeah, I went to the Clips. I went to a lot of concerts last year. A lot in the previous years. That's what I do. Like I've seen a lot of people. I've seen El DeBarge. I've seen like a lot of old school stuff too. And I'm tapped in. I love music. Game not just dangerous to Kenya, he's dangerous for the West Coast. He's extremely dangerous. With a person like Game, he could start a war. He could literally start a war. He could get into some shit and start a problem that turns out very, very serious. I say that a million times. Jealous people are extremely dangerous. Rest in peace, Nipsey. You see what I'm talking about? There's some jealous people, whether they're rich or not. You know what I'm saying? He needs to be very careful. And I love the way that Kendrick moves carefully. bots don't bite. um, right. There was a lot of bots, I guess, in Kendrick's sold out stadium tours in Argentina. It was what, 70,000, 65,000. Boy Q better bring out Kung Fu Kenny out in LA. Yeah, I hope Schoolboy Q brings out, but to us it makes sense, but it depends if Kendrick's able to do that, what's going on, and what he is also planning, because now he got Imani, he has Baby Keem's finishing now. Baby Keem is like in Europe. There's so much going on. Imagine being in charge of PG Lang and all the things that him and Dave Free are busy as hell. Shoot, and DMV. I'm thinking about the LA show. Yeah, I got the LA show because I know how they are. Like LA is like they always gonna do something in LA. Or LA is gonna just be lit. It's a vibe. Every time, LA shows are just a vibe, and they're all there. And so it gets a lot of footage. You can get a lot of footage because all the homies are gonna be in the building. I see Mac Wab and all these people, they're always in the building. Um, Smack, they're always in LA with him. The game has nothing to lose. Exactly. Kendrick has the Olympics to think about as well. There's so much going on with Kendrick. Nip was too accessible. I never liked when he was like neighborhood Nip. The neighborhood don't love you like that. Not everybody in the neighborhood. I got into arguments with people. They're like, yo, you should be free to. No, you shouldn't. You got to know that you're a freaking star. You know what I mean? A freaking star. O's show is in Brooklyn. Dot lives in Brooklyn as well. That's why I be going to the New York shows. When I tell you, Baby Keem is in love with New York, I think he lives there. I've been saying that. All the pop outs and the stuff, the surprise that Baby Keem does has been to New York shows. Kendrick brought Baby Keem out of New York. New York gets Kendrick to sign autographs and be with the people at Sister's Pop Up. Like he be doing special things in New York, and Kendrick lives in New York. He literally bought a residency in Brooklyn. He literally lives in New York, has a penthouse there. So he goes between places. And you're right, Miss Michelle. Some people do not have anything to lose, and that's the most dangerous thing. Oracle Park, Kenny concert last year, but the tickets were too expensive. Yes, it was outrageous. Shirley Johnson, you're right. I don't trust. Let me see what Shirley. The clips were fire. Yeah, I was at different shows. I was at many different shows. I went crazy. I was saving for that. Like I did the impossible. I got connects. I had just everything. It was an absolute blessing. I was absolutely blessed. I'm so thankful. And then I had to work and make up all that, and you know, just it's been crazy. Thank you, Miss Vivi in Brooklyn. Um, yeah, Isaiah Rashad is gonna be crazy too. Um, yeah, yeah, Dot. Yep, he's in Brooklyn. People forget. Game behind Keem is finishing the casino tour. So Keem is finishing his casino tour. He's in Europe. Let me see what other topics we had. We just had a little talk about Ray Daniels and nonsense. Speaking of Jay-Z, right? Ray Daniels. And Ray Daniels, this is what all of these podcast people do. They'll say something that makes sense, right? That you're like, oh, okay, they like Kendrick, and then they go back and forth. Then they say something that doesn't make sense. Ray Daniels' bestie is Dame Dash. That's one of his boys. So if Ray Daniels loves Dame Dash and defends him, and even called him on one of the podcasts that he was on live, and he's like, "Guess who is calling me?" Like it was such a surprise. It wasn't. Let's see. So proud of you, Sensitive Savage. You enjoy your life and go and travel a lot because I got rid of a lot of people. One of my sayings is, "With that weight, you can't travel light." There was people. I should have been doing this. I should have. I should have I was on a different path. I would have been something. I would have done stuff already in my life. But a lot of people delay you. You get me? Because people jealous or just negative people with low vibrations will leave you to believe like that's crazy, girl. Don't do that. You want to do that? What you want to do? That sounds weird. You want to you choose. It's like Kendrick says, I choose me. You got to pour into yourself. You got to live your life. What is it that you like? What's your passion? Work on your passion. Get jobs in your passion. Do stuff that actually resonates with you. We're too long with people's slaves. We're working for people and doing things that don't make us happy. You got to make the daring choices. You got to choose daring things that are your passion. What happens if you fail? Hey, you could come back to your shitty ass regular life, right? So what's the point in not taking a chance? So as soon as I'm doing my passion, now I got connects. You understand? People see me, they're like, "Yo, I see you." They're giving me, what I'm saying, like I'm in the photographer's lounge. Like I'm in there. I'm doing stuff. I met so many people. The minute I decided to choose things that I actually like, and what did I lose? Nothing. Nothing. I enjoyed myself, and it's like, yo, you don't know when your last days are. You get me? So it's like, let's live your life like you're supposed to live your life. Too many people. It could be your partner. It could be jealous family members, narcissistic people, parents. You never know. People always trying to slow you down and tell you not to take a chance. And that's how Kendrick did. He took a chance. He did the stuff that people didn't want to do. You know how much peer pressure he had to just run the streets and make that quick money, and instead he was sharing a box of chicken, Louisiana chicken, poor as a joke, broke as a joke, in Top Dog's house, right? And just working on his craft. Where did that lead him? Look at him now. You get me? So it's like, that's why a lot of people are like, oh, how you do it? I do what I gotta do. Some of y'all, y'all gonna be y'all taking 48 vacations a year. I don't want to spend my money on that. It's okay if I go to Italy, if I go whatever, but my vacation, my happiness is music. So that's how I invest my money. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do. If you don't need to be ordering out so much, then you just budget. You figure it out, and you go to whatever you can. If that's what your goal, then that's what you do. If all I can afford is one concert, and I'm gonna pick one concert, and I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna put $20 aside every month or $50 aside or something. Ask people to help you or whatever, people that care, and you make it happen. And once I made that decision, it's like all these doors open. It's like, yo, I see you filming, yo, you come here, man. I'll see you in the next one. Here's a ticket. Yo, you coming to, yeah, I see you. So many doors have opened. It's like once these doors open, you're like, it's so easy. You understand? I remember when I wanted to, I used to see Kendrick back in the day, and I was like, no, I gotta, you know, meet him and stuff and see him. And I did, what I'm saying, like briefly talking and passing. And it's like a lot of things have happened that I didn't think it was possible. And it's like, damn, they're only human. Like, yes, he has a lot of aura, but it's like it was a lot of dreams come true. A lot of dreams come true if you choose to. Sorry for the rant. I'm a supporter. You have the best content. Thank you so much, Leslie. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you chose you. Yeah, I left a lot of people that was slowing me down. There's so many things. I have a business and everything. I should have been had that business. I would have been straight by now. But everybody, even family, was like, "Nah, I don't think you should." Always people giving opinions. He was challenging Kendrick big time. Watch Keem. Yeah, Keem, yeah, Keem. Oh yeah, we gotta talk about it. Keem. Look like, yeah, Keem. Y'all are funny. I'm so proud of you, sister. Thank you so much. Enjoying your life, travel. Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry, he was just a baby. Yeah, XXS was a XXS Tentacion was freaking 19 or something. There's so much going on. And people, you got to be careful who you surround yourself, and you can't just walk around willy-nilly. You got to protect your energy and your peace. Preach, sensitive savage. Miss Byron. You share your travels. Yeah, I like to share. I'm gonna share more because I'm like Texas knows. Like she was always like, "Dad, you be posting late." Like I used to leave a lot of notes. Like I used to leave a lot of comments saying, "Yo, I'm in a hotel room, man. I'll put the content when I can." Like I've had a lot of a lot of struggles in travel. I've been stuck. I've been sick. I've been like my luggage lost. Like I had a lot of obstacles, but the reward was greater, and things all worked out in the end. So it was worth it because a lot of you guys appreciated it, all the stuff I was doing. Um, he played his Kendrick, yeah. And Baby Keem did channel his freaking. He was dressed like it. I said it in the video. He was dressed like Kendrick. He even had the Chanel pins on his baseball cap. His hat. And he was like in black. I know everything is intentional, but he's definitely channeling his inner Kendrick. Says I feel what you just said. I let certain people delay me, and I'm starting now do over. Excuse me, yeah. And for people to be like, "Oh, you too this, you too that, like you too old starter this. Don't listen to none of that. You too young. Don't listen to none of that. Don't listen to any of that because do they pay your bills? And even if they pay your bills, they should just be paying it and shutting the hell up. So you can't be with people that don't support your vision because if you were my bestie, if you were my neighbor, and you would say, listen, I'm 75 years old and I'm trying to get tickets to Kendrick. I was like, you freaking go, girl, man. You go, boy. You know what I mean? Like, okay, let me tell you how to do it. Lord, this is what I'm doing. Like I put like $20, $50 every time, you know what I mean? Don't order out, make your lunch if you go to work, save money, or get another side hustle with your gift. If you're good at braiding hair, you're good at making food, get a side hustle, have a passive income. And I talk a lot about that, also. So people will slow you down, and sometimes enemies have familiar faces. Sometimes it be your own family. My favorite order is a vinyl records. Yeah, you're my number one favorite YouTuber. Thank you, Ezra. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's crazy. Wow. Happy Christmas. You have to cut. I had to cut so many people off. It wasn't even funny. I literally asked God, like, yo, am I gonna have anybody left? Like, I look around and I'm at peace. I'm good. Like, can go up the mountain, and people that are for you will be happy for your success. Oh, evolving Eric, how you doing? Hi. People that are for you, that believe in you, will be happy for your success. They're never gonna be jealous. They're gonna be like, yes. They're gonna uplift you. Because we all have to evolve, right? Evolving Eric, we all have to change and grow. You can't stay stagnant. You gotta do your passion, and that's what happens. Kendrick loves his peace. And not just Kendrick, but all the positive people. Look at Nas. Nas is doing business ventures. He's buying casinos. He's doing all kinds of deals. High vibrational. All these people, all these losers like Drake. He's almost 40 years old, doing a 20v1 with 20 chicks. Ray Daniel too played himself because Ray Daniel said um Jay-Z's album is done, right? He thought he heard it from the grapevine. One of his best friends is Dame Dash, one of his buddies. He heard it from the grapevine, so he done said that his album, Jay-Z's album, is almost done. Hey Eric, are you going to any of these concerts? Are you going to any of these concerts? There's so much going on. We were talking about Jay-Z's concert in LA. Are you going any nights, or you gonna be around? Well, we'll talk though. Yeah, because a lot of people feel like Kendrick might show up, or they're gonna go crazy in LA. Jay Z is known to bring a lot of people on stage, a lot of performers, so I think they're gonna go crazy. Texas, I definitely appreciate your hard work. Yeah, thank you, Texas, because I know you be telling me like I used to remember when I post and I'm like, yo, I'm in a hotel room right now. I don't have the energy to post. I'll post the footage tomorrow because it's like I be having rough nights in some of these travels. Like the hotel room is not ready. Yo, I have my luggage. I went to one of the concerts. I had my luggage with me, and they were like, "Yo, you can't bring that in here because the hotel wasn't ready." It was crazy. It just be crazy, but it's all interesting. Oh, possibly. Oh, possibly. That's what's up, Eric. That's what's up. That's nice to see you. Enemies have familiar faces. Enemies have familiar faces. Some of your obstacles are your family or people that, never poured into you. And that's why, it's good to heal your inner child, heal all those traumas, and do your passion. Things that make you smile will make you heal. And don't listen to anybody saying you too young, you too this, you too that. Don't listen to any mother effing thing. How do you feel when you do something good? You like to turn up, you like to do this or that, with good measures, have fun. Here, bitch, don't kill my vibe. Exactly. On Drake's mother freaking birthday, respectfully. Yo, on Drake's birthday, if they do bitch don't kill my vibe, oh my, it will be worth every money in the world. And people from home, don't worry, we all gonna be celebrating. If they do bitch don't kill my vibe, oh my heavenly fathers, they will shake up the world. The world will be upside down. On Drake's birthday, that's gonna be crazy if that happens. That's gonna be insane. Hello, Edward. It's so nice to see you. Eric. Yeah. So, yo, we might link up. We might link up, Eric. I might hit you up. Like, don't be surprised. And yo, let me know. Like, we'll talk. Um. So, that's like one of the So Ray Daniels has said, yeah, Jay Z's album is done, and Rock Nation put out a statement that said, album is done. Fake news. I almost fell out my damn chair. They literally quoted him, album done, fake news. Yo, these men are pettier than women. Am I capping? Am I telling the truth? Yo, why are these men pettier than women? All of these men, like there's more men being chatty than women, than some of these celebs. The men are winning. The gossiping, it's like the housewives of hip hop. You heard it here first. The housewives of hip hop. What is going on, right? Likewise, looking forward to speaking. Oh, yes, I can feel your energy from two planets away. Oh, this is why I love you. This is why I love you. I love that quote. I can feel your energy from two planets away. I love your content, Eric. You be going crazy on Instagram. I could feel your energy from two planets away. That's fire. That is fire. Man, that's tattoo. Like, that is fire. Yeah, love you right back, man. That is so true. They are the best gossipers. All of these men, I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything, and nobody's really saying that. And that's why I'm like, look, in my little piece of YouTube, join the Patreon. You know what I'm saying? In my little piece of, and by the way, I might go live on other platforms. I might try to go live on TikTok or something. But I've never seen so many men crying, crybabies, wanting yo, they are fiending for Kendrick more than women are. Let me say it again for the people in the back. Why are these men fiending for Kendrick more than women are? There's a lot of people in the closets. You get me? I've never seen. These are the housewives of hip hop culture. You heard it here first. I'm coining the phrase. Men gossip. I gossip with my bitch like I'm Young Thug too. Or gossip more is more petty. They are way pettier. They are way pettier. It's incredible. But today I'm yelling, bitch, don't kill my vibe. That is true. What the hell? Listen, I didn't go live, like I haven't been live in a week, in like 2 days, right? And I'm just looking at the gossip and all the stuff accumulating. And I said to myself, oh my God, when I go live, Jesus, look at my notes. Look at my notes. It's like pages and pages. It's like this one did this and this one did that and this one did the third. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? Like, I have to remember all this stuff. I can't even keep up. I can't even keep up. I gossip with my bitch like I'm Young Thug too, like I'm Lupe too, like I'm Game too, like I'm Ray Daniels too, like I'm Academics too. Well, he don't got nobody, but and neither does Drake for that matter. He got rabies, perhaps, maybe, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? He's like Shabarking his way out of the universe. It's just so weird. But anyways, that's all I have. I don't want to hijack y'all. It's so nice to see you. Look inside of my soul, and you can find gold and maybe get rich. Look inside of your soul, and you just find emptiness. And he even told you. Kendrick even said that. He said, "Look inside of my soul, and you can find gold." But yeah, he said he's not your savior. He said he's not your savior. Yo, in a way, Kendrick is saving a lot of people and their career. Kendrick gives you the blueprint on how to work. Keep your head down and work like I do, you know, and whacked out murals. That way, before we go, or whoever's still here, whacked out, no, meet the Grams. This is exactly what describes all these people soliciting women problems, bad with money problems, whorehouse, spending problems. But I suggest some ayahuasca, strip the ego from the bottom. I try to empathize with you because I know that you ain't been through nothing. Crave entitlement so much, but want to be liked so bad it's puzzling. That's Meet the Grams. No dominance. Bark, bark, bark. Drake barking, no dominance. Let's recap moments you didn't fit in. No secret handshakes with your friend. No culture cachet to bin. Just disrespecting your mother's identity on the fence. Don't know which family will love you. The skin you're living in is compromised. Can't channel your masculinity even when standing next to a woman. This man got bars for years and lifetimes. Everything that Drake is doing right now and did in this live that he just did. This is the line right here. Can channel your masculinity even when standing next to a woman. You know what I'm saying? Take the mask off. I want to see what's under their achievements. Why believe you? You never gave us nothing to believe in, game. You lied about everything. You lied about like giving me the crown. You lied about everything. And now, um Drake using accents, still using accents. He will should bark his way out of he already should barked his way out of the he melted out off the the charts. He melted off the charts right in summertime. He melted off the charts. You lied about your ghostwriter. You lied about your crew members. They all, you know what? They all got you in them. Okay? You lied about the only artist. Kendrick was we. There's people literally offering and giving Drake advice. He won't take it. He won't listen to it. He doesn't care. Like I said, this is crave entitlement, but want to be liked so bad it's puzzling. Soliciting women, paying for all these hoochie mamas and all their only fans and all this stuff. Oh yeah, Drake gives money, but who is he giving money to? You know, corn stars. But that it is what it is. That's why in Whacked Out Murals he has so many discrepancies. Like he has so many people that he's no longer friends with. You lied. You lied. He is Meet the Gramming. The Meet the Grams is for the rest of Drake's life till his death. Meet the Grams is a timeless piece for generations to come. And look at how much money Drake is losing. The stream was actually a gambling stream with chicks, a gambling stream, and he's paying because the girl paid him some attention, so he's paying it back. The girl gave him attention, so he's like, "I'll buy your mama house." But what are we doing tonight? You know, you lied. You lied. That's my favorite part. You lied about you. You lied about. That was orgasmic to me. Respectfully, that was climactic. I loved it, and I loved the cool down, and I loved the cool down. It was all the foreplay. That song had the foreplay, the appetizer, the climax, and the cool down. If you know, you know. Maybe weird things turn me on. I mean, I don't know. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? The cool down was great. This is a long life battle with yourself. The beat, I thought it was funny. Meet the Grams, I play Meet the Grams a lot. Like I play, some might be wrong. This is a long life battle with yourself. Meet the Grams. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful massacre. But Meet the Grams fits what Drake just did to a T. His son, his daughter, his whatever, looking at this damn man and how he moves. This man is almost 40 years old, talking about, with 23-year-olds. I lost the bet because they are not A minors. I lost the bet. Um, but the only artist that can offer you some help. So yeah, these men should binge Kendrick to game. Yeah, bring Kendrick to game. Find the goal they can never. Yeah, they can't be fulfilled. They can't be satisfied until Kendrick pays them attention, and they want any kind of attention from Kendrick. I promise you, and this is gonna sound weird. If Kendrick disses them, they'll be happy. Even though Drake said he cried, he was upset. It was the worst July ever. That's his quote, right? I think some part of it turned him on. The fact that, wow, they're saying OVO. This, even if they're saying it wrong, because they're saying OVO, but close enough. Kendrick is giving me attention. My life is complete. And when Kendrick gets quiet, everybody gets to twitching. Everybody gets nervous. Everybody gets tweaking. Like people are tweaking. It's like, in Dave Chappelle, yo, y'all got any more of them? You got any more of them? It's like a fiend, to fill a void that's missing in their life. They're not complete. We, like I said, we expecting him for two different reasons. People, the jealous people, are trying to cause him harm, trying to trigger him, and we're expecting him just to see him and to be blessed. You ain't never lied, sensitive. So yeah, these men should all join an island of losers or be on, Housewives of, and Kendrick is going to be funny, guaranteed. He is going to be funny when he comes back. Housewives of Hip Hop. And Kendrick, if you're listening, because I've heard, he's on the page. He be lurking, okay? Because I know I've sent it to too many. Even Dave Free saw my post and liked my post on IG. So I know, we know you see our page, Kendrick. We love you. You freaking love you. It's a safe space for you. It will always be a safe space. We ride hard for you. Pun intended. So if you've seen this, you could take it. You could take it. You could quote it. You could say it. Put it in a rhyme. I'll do a flip. Good news, bad news, it don't matter. Housewives of hip hop. That's what they're doing. The only way Drake can stay relevant at the end of his career. Because if Kendrick don't pay him no more attention for the rest of his life, that boy gonna play in traffic. He has an obsession. You could tell in his smile, he's empty. Like you could tell, it's like a weird smile. You seen these crazy people and they smile. It's like, yo, I don't know if to run or to feel sorry for them, right? The silence is a weapon. It scares them. It's like it is part of the 48 laws of power because it's like do not say too much. Say less than what you're supposed to. That's law number 4. You know what I'm saying? Law number 4. Do not be omnipresent. So no, make them miss you. So everything is an extension level event. If if Kendrick drinks water, oh my God, Kendrick drinks water, and even on my channel, we may be guilty of it. I'm like, yo, Kendrick went outside and drank water, right, folks? That's but for us, it's like a wellness check. Like he's doing good. We just want to make sure he's happy, he's good. You know what I'm saying? It's a wellness check. For others, it's like they're lurking. Like, did you see Drake's face? Where are his parents? You can't. Drake looks empty. Drake looks so weird. I laugh every time I see him. He's so weird to me. I don't know how they found him attractive. He looks like a werewolf to me. The battle aged him like crazy, but he's still trying to look young. I can't. Yeah, he's looking like Dennis. He's looking like Dennis, and that's not a compliment. And Kendrick's looking like a snack. Respectfully, of course, we always respect. Drake probably has a Kendrick tattoo right hidden in between. Yeah, he does. I bet you anything. He's like, Kendrick, I love you. Kendrick, don't you know I love you? It's like one of these people that are dysfunctional. That it's like, I love you. I'll hurt myself for you. You know what I mean? Like that's what I picture. And he wants any kind of attention. You didn't see academics sweating Kendrick. He's like, yo, Kendrick treats you like you are bums. I respect that. That's what he said in the video I put up. Academics was like, Kendrick ignores you. He treats you like peasants. I like that. He was smiling. He was like, I respect that. And Macwab was crying laughing. I'm so glad Kendrick is protecting his peace. He needs his peace. Look at all the chatter. Look what he's walking into, a shitstorm. Look what he's walking. It's like, yo, y'all woke me up for this? Y'all woke me up for this? What the hell are you crying about? Well, I'm crying because you don't pick up the phone. That's game. Lupin Fiasco. What are you crying about? Because I'm the best rapper. Just tell me I'm the best rapper. Like, you got everything better than me, but except like I have better lyrics or something. Just tell me one time, Kendrick. Okay, cool. Your life is complete. You get a compliment and you get a phone call. You get me? Like, what are you crying about? Oh, I just, I was just kidding with the lawsuit. I just, wanted to battle you a little bit more. I needed a part two. You never finished the battle. Man, if you don't push a T, go push a T. If you don't go push a P, the silence is making them like playing traffic. It's like, goodbye, cruel world. They're looking at a bridge, enticed. Like, should I end it? Goodbye, cruel world. I never seen such a thing. I never was that thirsty over any man. I never was. I don't know what that is. Have y'all? Have y'all been that desperate? I don't even think all of us together have been that thirsty over a man. Like, and even though my channel loves Kendrick, trust me, they want him. Y'all want him. We want him. Like, yeah, If you know, you know. I put the music accordingly. You know what I'm saying? But even we're not that thirsty. So what's really going on? These men are thirsty. They all should come out the closet together. I never seen such a thing. I could go on, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I had a good time with y'all. Y'all are funny. Yeah, I believe Drake wants his attention, and that's why he wore that tuxedo. He wore the Canadian tuxedo. He's trying to do what Kendrick did, but he does it in such a corny way. Like he wore the Canadian tuxedo to that live. He's like, look, I got a jean shirt and a jean thing. He's trying to do like what Kendrick did at the Grammys, the year before. What Kendrick did at the Grammys, and he wore the Canadian tuxedo to receive 5 awards for not like fucking us. 5 awards for this track. And he was like, look, I could wear a Canadian tuxedo too. He thinks that Kendrick's going to be triggered by that. You don't know Kendrick is choking out his water laughing right now. And all these men are still crying. What are y'all crying about? This is why I be crashing out, man. The hell y'all crying about? All of that, y'all should get in line. Y'all all need to get smacked. Smack the hell out. I never seen such a thing, man. I can't remember when I was that thirsty for somebody. I don't remember. I don't remember being that thirsty for somebody. Dag nabbit. Somebody don't want you. Just break up with them in your head. Yo, when Kendrick comes out, he's gonna be like, y'all woke me up for this. Kendrick looked appetizing, right? Kendrick looked glistening. Kendrick was freaking glistening. He looked like the best box of chocolate. Kendrick was glistening. His hair was amazing. His cut, they done cleaned this boy. He looked clean as a bean. They done cleaned this boy out. And Drake looked like he's melting like ice. Honestly, Iceman is really his life. He manifested his wrinkles because he's literally drooping. Like he looked 100 years old. I think his father looks younger. They look the same now. He looked like Dennis. I ain't capping. Just go see the video. They same got they all got the same 24. All y'all should get your ass beat. I beat your ass. You know what Kendrick said? I beat your ass on what was it? Fear? Yeah. Yeah, they should listen to Fear. That song Fear. I beat your ass. Yeah. A crime for another man's attention. I can't believe I'm saying that. Kendrick's yeah, Kendrick's a looker for sure. And he is androgynous too. Kendrick has many looks. Like that video that I just put out, right? A lot of looks. I have a lot of pictures of Kendrick. I have so many old pictures. I was tapping into like a bunch of phones, and I also find pictures of him. But I have a lot of pictures. I've been taking pictures. I collect his magazines. Like anytime Kendrick's on the cover, I used to grab it. You know, it don't matter. And that's the funniest thing when you see Kendrick live, and it's like he's slim. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like, he's not like ginormous, and it's so funny. You know, the game is like 6'2", 6'4". You get me? Or Cole is like 6'4" or 6'5". J. Cole is 6'5", and he crying. He literally went down and was like, "Kendrick hit me in the chin." He bent down to say that. What are we even doing? It's like, Kendrick, let me bend down so you can hit me and you can reach me so you can slap the shit out of me. Give me one in my chin. Pause. I look at all the pictures you have over and over. Thank you. You should see I have over 9,000. I'm ashamed to admit it. I have thousands. That it makes no sense. If you see my arsenal, it makes no sense. It's scary. It's crazy. But I use it for art. Musical purposes. I'm glad you enjoy that. But even us, we could sweat Kendrick till the cows come home, and we're not that much of a mess like these guys. The game looks like a drunk. He looks crazy. He looks swollen from all the liquor, probably liver problems, all kind of problems. Allegedly, Kenny whacked out mural both Jay Z and Kanye West. Oh yeah, Kendrick won Jay Z's record. So imagine. Droopy the dog. Yes, he does. Miss Michelle, you don't see women out here fighting for Drake like this. They're not even fighting for Drake, so they're not even real bots. A massive anthem. These guys are crying. I'm telling you, on their deathbed trying to match me. Your music video. Yo, every Kendrick lyrics fits perfectly. You get what I'm saying? Like every Kendrick lyric, I can't cap. Like every Kendrick lyric, I don't even know. I don't even know. Like whacked out murals. Like every Kendrick lyric fits all of their actions, everything they're freaking doing. Keep your head down and work. I never lost who I am for a rap image. Y'all like being famous. My blick first, then God got me. Keep playing with this man. He said my blick first, and God got me. Everybody that's on my body. Look, the wiped out mural fits right now. I used to be that ninja, but now it's plural. Now it's plural. When he come out, it's gonna be even more plural. I watch him pandering with the backhanded compliments, that quote, and all these people put their head on a Cuban link. Now that's a monument. I pay homage, mind my business. Go up your rank. He's telling them, know you're a god even when they say you ain't, but they're not. Keep your feelings out the way. He told you what to do. Never let no one put smut upon your name. Keep your head down and work like I do. And I understand, ain't nobody, not everybody's gonna like you. If they say it's love, oh, we love you, you've been lied to. Couple rules of engagement. Let me guide you. So if he gave you these words, study, do your homework until he comes back outside. He done gave you homework. You didn't do your homework. You didn't do your assignments. You're supposed to be putting your head down and working like he do. F apologies. This is where TDE and PG Lang are different. I want to see y'all get geeked up. Don't acknowledge me, then maybe we can say it's fair. Don't acknowledge me, and then we'll be neutral. Take it to the internet, and I'm gonna take it somewhere else, and I'm gonna take it there. And he's been telling you, but nobody listen. I'm possessed by a spirit, and they can't take it. My hard work is letting everybody down now. Call me crazy because everybody's questionable. Y'all think he's crazy. And he couldn't, and you look what he said in Whacked Out Mural. He's gonna do it again. He said, I couldn't believe Snoop posted Taylor Made, right? He couldn't believe it. That means he's watching what everybody's doing. Old ass flows trying to convince people that you their favorite. I want y'all to feel this. Ducking straights when I rap battle in the Nickersons. You ducking straights? Did you do that? Did you go through those odds? Showed up as a gentleman, but people didn't respect it. I lost plenty of friends. 16 by now, it's like 27. Um, what bridge you done burn? All of them. It's over with. You burn all of them. I'm doing what COVID did. They'll never get over it. Period. Whacked out murals. He done told you. Game looks like a whole mess. The way you arranged them, loved it. Oh, thank you. Thank you about the pictures. Thank you so much. But yeah, I mean that's what I have for y'all. And listen, every time I come on these lives, it's like notes upon notes. Who did what? When? Wow. And it's like, just researching, it's all the same thing. Just more and more people crying. Game was a joke, yeah, and the verses, absolutely. Your music diva. Good night, Miss Texas. Goodbye, cruel world. Yeah, goodbye, cruel world. Keep sharing. Love the way you report and share content. Thank you so much. Thank you everybody for supporting. Thanks for being here tonight. You could have been anywhere in the world. But yeah, like Kendrick is hot. Can't help it. Can't help it. If you wanted to. Yeah. Thank you so much for mentioning logging off the Pinterest. I wonder if he knows that there are pages dedicated to him on the app. He knows. He knows. Kendrick knows, and that's what's funny about it, Miss V. He knows. He knows. He knows what he's doing. He's so smart. I might deliver you more bids. Okay, I'm sure you will answer. All the stars goes. I don't even like you. Good night. Well, it was nice being here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the support. All the members, shout out to the member. The Patreon's on fire. I keep posting on there. I'll be live again next week, next time that I see y'all. In the meantime, we're trying to get to, we'll see what happens. We still have time for October. I'll, keep you up to date with what's going on with Baby King, all the people that we know and love. And let's see what happens, with Punch and all TDE and their next moves. Um, we'll keep you, posted. Keep the music with the fire content. Thank you so much. Glad you like it. Goodbye, cruel world. Not cruel world. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what they're doing. They're just like some of these people just gonna give up and be like, goodbye, cruel world. I know I'll be saying some trippy stuff. I appreciate your membership. I appreciate your support. And look, there are others like me. There are other people that resonate with what I'm trying to do. I appreciate it. Thank you for keeping this channel alive. We're gonna keep rocking out regardless of YouTube hating. You get me? YouTube hate, but we'll see. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Miss Marianne, Edward, all the people, Buy Money, Leslie, and everybody else in the quiet, the silent watchers. I salute you, the silent watchers, people, 13K subscribers in a year. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Until next time. See ya.